Benadryl like there's no tomorrow. That won't stop the jokes.
You won't disable him.
Listen.
In fact, you'll actually quite literally enable me.
Exactly.
Anyways, guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to War of the Shattered whatever fucking... My life is in shambles. Hello. I am your humble dumble master, the one and only pudding pastry farting tart, joined by my crew of intrepid adventurers. Say hi, fuckos.
I'm just wondering if Frostbite has a collar, would they be stable
God,
with
Joe.
the Casabel?
I swear to God. I swear to me!
Would they be what, Joe?
Would they be a sable with the Casabel?
This is turning out to be quite fatal.
I am joined, as always, by CG, Joe
Hi.
Mojo,
Hi.
Wolf Soccer 16, J Frost 747, and Wicked River 97. You'll notice we don't have Punk tonight. Again, Punk is going to be taking a small hiatus from the game. Punk recently has been having a lot of difficulties at work and is currently going through the process of getting a new job. So they are going to be taking a short hiatus for, they said a few weeks to a month, but they will be back. And that allows me to brew up a neat little side story regarding Kore and the place she comes from. So, in the meantime, y'all fuckers want to roll your test rolls?
Absolutely.
15.
Little did you know these are death saves. Hope you roll well, fuckers.
15.
15, 3 for 3.
12.
Well, wait, you have the +3, so a 15.
Oh, wow.
We all made our death saves.
Wow. Can't believe Sarah's the odd one out.
I'm always the odd one out. I don't have a hand.
You know,
I mean, you're not wrong.
you know, you didn't have to go that route, but you did.
To be fair, I keep forgetting.
Look, I was at
forget.
a horror attraction with my sister this weekend. I have been rolling with the hand puns and jokes.
Well, they're quite handy when they need to be.
Ha-ha!
I give it a thumbs up.
We walked into an attraction that was called the Cleaver's Meat Shed or something like that. And when we walked past the lady ushering people in, I raised my hands up and I'm like, you are not allowed to take the other one.
This one is mine.
There are many like it, but this one is mine.
See, what you should have said is that you should have looked at her and you said, they already got me, what do I do? Help!
Just bring a fake arm in there and just immediately, as soon as you walk out, like, just drop the arm and you're just like, ah, shit. Well,
Oh,
You joke, but I would. That is something
I
I've
would
thought
do
about
that
doing for
shit
years.
too.
okay, now here, like, especially if you find, like, one of the guys in the scare houses that basically run around with a fake chainsaw, and suddenly you just, like, immediately plop the arm and you're like, ah, my arm! And then they're just like, oh, shit! And actually, like, worry.
See, the people at this attraction didn't get close enough for that. But at one that I went to years ago called the Dead End Hayride, they did. One of the actors actually got so close that her wig snagged in my glasses.
Oof.
I also, before we continue, I do want to apologize above game. I am still dealing with potential sinus infection or seasonal allergies, so I'm still kind of the today. But I will try to do my best. But let's go ahead and get started. Let me need some music. Where's my music? There it is. That's the one that I want.
Muzak.
Muzak. Last time, you all ventured deep into the city of Mortardeep and went shopping. Y'all did some shopping. Lily prepared for her date. Corvin and Rovan did some digging as to the sketchy financial history that the sea contained. After handling all appropriate matters of business, you all wrapped up and warped back to the city of Dragon's Reach. It was quite late when you arrived, so some of you took advantage of the extra opportunity to sleep, and some of you had a debrief with Cedric regarding the events of the past few days. Early the next morning, you were all awoken by the sounds of cats and dogs, as Flit played a prank on Sarah, turning her into a cat and sicking Raven on her. We now resume a few hours later. Most of you had gone back to sleep after these events, as it was very early morning, and you all awake to hear knocks at your doors. All from Drew Iota, headmaster of the Lekshire Mages College, a member of the Van Heer Guard. Corvin, you wake up to a mental message from him, as you are not currently within the castle grounds, and he essentially tells everyone to come and meet when they are ready. Everyone begins to stir and get ready for the day. Before you all go and meet up, is there anything anyone would like to do? Anything specific?
I have a question.
I have an answer.
So, since it was really early when Flit woke Sarah up and it had already counted as a long rest, if Sarah had gone back to bed, would that count as another long rest?
No.
Damn. Okay, so I'm still stuck with
A
the
long
other
rest
option.
is a long rest typically is 8 hours or longer.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Some DMs will rule it shorter. Like, I've seen some DMs even like bring it down to like 4 hours, but the earliest you'll probably see for me is maybe like 6 hours. Yes, would anybody like to do anything before they get up? I see the thing Joe has sent me.
No, I had something I wanted to do a bit later in the day, but that's it.
Okay. Cool.
Everyone, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying that if everyone, like, what time of day is it actually, considering when we went to bed and when we woke up?
It's probably now about 8 in the morning.
Yeah, I would wait until like midday or something.
Okay. See you, Joe. So, on that note, everyone eventually gets ready and meets up for the day. You all have breakfast and whatnot. Corvin is a little bit later than everyone else, for the main reason of having to travel from the port district back to the castle. But after you all get back together and you all are having your breakfast, Drew Iota, who, as I've described, is kind of your typical, like, generic D&D wizard. Like, he's like an older human gentleman. He's got like the wizard bod and like the long white beard. He's like, yeah, exactly. He's like a perfect image of Gandalf or some shit. But he eventually comes into the room and he goes, "I trust you all slept well last night."
Oh, like, hey. Also, Tarp, something I forgot to mention. After the long rest, knowing that he's going to be talking to somebody today, Corbin will try to be an autumn today.
Okay, good to know.
He's coming in not with the same black hair going into the blue and going into the green. Instead, it's just the red, the black going into the red going into the orange.
Okay, cool. Good to know. He kind of looks to your group and goes, Well, I got good news. The good news is that your next little venture is going to actually be here in the city of Dragon's Reach. I had already informed Cedric as to what your next steps were, in case I was not here to tell you, but I'm glad that I could be here in person to tell you all what you're preparing to do next.
Well,
What was that?
well, Cedric actually gave Rovan and I kind of the rundown as well. Going to go see a Mr. Orion about a star shard.
Yes. You all are going to be going to the Chroma Rose Tavern. The Chroma Rose Tavern is a bar deep within the city. It acts as a bit of a front for Mr. Orion's club, the Orion Club. It's an interesting business venture, and Mr. Orion owes the Vanihir God, specifically Cedric, a bit of a favor. So, we gave him possession of the Star Shard for him to hide as he sees fit. You are to go and meet with him, and knowing that he owes us a bit of a favor, he is going to help you recollect the Star Shard. And with that, we can then move on to the next steps of retrieving the Staff of Ziku. So, your current steps right now are to don your Sunday best, leave your weapons here as the club does not allow them, and go find the Orion Club.
I got a question, actually. If the Chroma Rose is a front for this Orion Club, and the god, and especially the king, seems to know about it, how is it still in operation?
Can you repeat that question one more time? I didn't quite... I listened to it, but I didn't process it. Just say it one more time.
If the Chroma Rose is a front for the Orion Club, and the Vanihir Guard know that it's a front, how is the Orion Club in operation still? And, nothing's been done to it.
The Orion Club has a very eccentric and very wealthy customer base. And we arrange a sort of deal. While the work that the business does is not exactly illegal, some of the adventures that Mr. Orion has partaken in have not exactly been morally correct. So we made a deal that we would overlook his endeavors in exchange for hiding the Star Shard, as well as the promise that if we need to recover it, he would be there to help us.
I have a question.
Yes, of course.
So, when we got the egg, that was an offering to Eisnerith, and what does the Star Shard do, to help us get in there?
The Star Shard is a key of sorts. It is originally from the temple that you are going to be going to. It was a manner of... It was an instrument, he says with air quotes, that allows one to lock and unlock the temple. It's a key. In layman's terms.
Oh, okay. So it's like a key, but it's also an instrument. I wonder if there's some sort of, combination of the two.
He kind of smiles at that, but he doesn't really say anything.
I've got a question.
Sure.
What are we to do if Mr. Orion doesn't believe us that we're with the Vanihir Guard? If, say, for some reason we show him our sigils and he still doesn't believe us?
I don't think that would be a problem as long as you have your sigils on you. But if it ends up being the case, Just let one of us know and we will set things straight. But due to his arrangement with us, and due to the secrecy that this arrangement possesses, you would expect those to know about it to be connected to the Vanir god. So I would suggest he will not give you any issues. Anything else?
I've got something, but I need to finish chewing really quick.
You're good. Take your time. Food is good. We like food.
Yup.
Stuff.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm gonna clear my throat. Let me
Aside
clear
from-
my throat.
Nah.
Sorry, sir. Go ahead.
Aside from Mr. Orion being at the Orion Club, with this club being rather high-end, I would assume there are guards. How are we to get past the guards to get to Mr. Orion?
Guards. No, you shouldn't run into any of the sort. Just simply ask the nice lady at the front desk that you have an appointment with just inform them of the situation that Mr. Orion it's time for him to pay his debt. You should be just fine. But I will tell you right now, in terms of guards, the club does not actually have many of the sort.
That's reliance on. Sorry. Does he rely on select set of hands, or is it more of he trusts people not to cause a ruckus in the establishment?
Well, there's a bit of an insurance policy that he runs within the club, one that, well, essentially, if one person fucks up, it means everyone gets in trouble for it, you see. And so, as you can imagine, those individuals will not exactly be happy with that one individual. So it's a way of keeping people on their best behavior.
Making sure that they police themselves. Interesting.
I mean, when you're rich and noble, you don't want somebody blowing through your money for you. Any other questions?
I think I'm good.
I am good as well.
Well, in that case, I will... What's up?
You mentioned Sunday best. Not many of us have nice clothes. If we did, well, some of them got destroyed at the gala.
Oh, Sunday best means clothes?
Yes.
Oh my
It's
god.
very fat.
What?
Yes.
Yep.
Typically, like some nice attire.
Well,
Not like gala nice, but
wear any formal attire that you may need. If you need more, you can always go into a tailor in town and purchase something.
at the sight of that, Corbin realizes, oh no, gonna have to rent a tux. Ugh.
I'll just use some of my old clothing that I have.
I have one other outfit from this.
I also recommend that you don't go until later in the day. I would recommend going after the majority of businesses have closed down. I would recommend going later tonight. That's where
Oh, that should give us plenty of time.
that's the only time I can guarantee Mr. Orion will be there and be willing to see you. Flit, as he's saying that, you notice Corey kind of twitches for a second, and then she closes her eyes, and then a few moments later she kind of opens them.
Okay, Corey?
Yeah, I just got a message from home. I hate to abandon you guys like this, but I think they might need me. For a little while. I'll come back, but I think I need to go help them. And Drew kind of noticing, like hearing this goes, is everything alright? I don't know yet. That's why I think I need to go.
Well, I think we'll be okay for now. Go take care of what you need to.
Diana, at that, kind of goes, well, if Corey's leaving, I'll see if I can join along with you guys. Make sure you aren't down a person. I'll have to clear up a few things, but I think I can manage it. What the fuck is happening?
Sounds
Oh,
like
no.
It sounds like an Amber
Hold
Alert.
on.
Yeah.
That or the emergency weather system.
Both are possible.
Surprise, it was actually DoorDash.
I'm back. I have no idea what the fuck that was.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh.
What's up?
I will be right back.
Uh-oh.
I don't like the sound of that.
Please talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Okay then. Hopefully it's nothing too major.
Oh,
Yeah,
I see
hopefully.
why.
Hmm.
I see why.
understand. Yeah.
Oh.
Weather.
Oh,
Yep.
that. Yeah, we had that
Oh,
happen
ooh,
2 days ago here.
Yeah, I had
Yeah.
that happen a little bit ago too.
We were.
It was
Sorry.
no, it was also during one of my D&D nights. Really
Yeah,
unfortunate coincidence.
We didn't have a warning, but it was close. We had a huge storm that rolled through yesterday that I drove through trying to drop off my sister at my mom's house, and there was like what they like 3 semis. Wrecked on the-
170.
So is it bad to say that I go through these at least like twice a month during tornado season?
Oh, that's right. You're in Tornado Alley, aren't you?
Yeah. It's about an hour and a half away. Both directions, actually. Joplin tornado hit in 2000 and something. And then Moore, Oklahoma got hit pretty hard with another one.
I'm right at the tip of Tornado Alley, but I thankfully haven't had one in oh god, I don't
Oh,
even
it's
know how
scary.
many years. They are.
I'm smack dab in the middle. Because I'm in the Midwest.
I'm lucky
Nature.
that we don't get
We're
very many.
kind of sort of neighbors. I'm just a little bit more southern.
I wish to go flying. I wish for the yeet.
Well, buckle up, because here's defeat.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to calm yourself down there and take a seat.
No.
But no,
I-
I lived only 20 minutes away when the Joplin tornado hit. And I saw the devastation from afterward, because it almost hit the airport, and 2 days later I left from that same airport.
Damn.
Oof.
Yeah, I went to go see my dad that summer, and I just remember it was just ground.
Man, weather's been getting nutty.
Yeah, a little bit. I'll be right back.
How's the weather there, J Frost?
So far, gonna be a little bit of water from rain tonight, but other than that, nothing else.
Okay.
It has been raining a lot, like during the evenings lately.
Mm-hmm.
California is getting rain.
Good.
It's causing mudslides
Bad.
because of all the fire.
California just can't catch a break.
At this point, that's when the big one is gonna hit.
Tsunami?
No, earthquake. Don't you remember? The Californians are always worried about the big one because they're right on the fault.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I remember that now.
Well,
I'm
hopefully
back.
they have enough warning and they take precautions.
I apologize for that.
Everything good?
I think so. So, for context, that beep was my phone. It was blaring at me because I got a tornado warning, but there ain't even like rain or wind or anything outside, so we're just kind of like, what?
No, then you need to be concerned.
We looked at it, and there's one in the next town over, and they have rain up there right now, so we're just kind of keeping an eye out. But until it gets worse or until I die, we're going to continue. So, anyways, where the fuck was I?
Corey was dipping out. Diana was tagging in.
Yes, that was it.
Yes.
So Diana goes, "Yep, hi, Nug."
Aw.
Diana says hi, Nug.
Nug is very confused. He's like, "What the fuck is happening?" Because like there was a loud noise, and all of a sudden everybody started getting up. Like, what the fuck?
Father,
Father.
save me. I am scared.
But anyways, yeah, it just says there's a tornado warning for about the next 20 minutes, so I'm gonna just keep an eye on it. But
Yeah.
anyways, so Diana says, I was gonna offer to join you guys anyway, but if Corey's leaving, then it seems like I might need to anyway. And then Jericho
You're always
goes,
welcome.
Jericho kind of clears his throat and goes, I actually wanted to say something too. If
Yeah.
Corey is going back to the Ashen Vale, I think I might want to go as well. I've been thinking about things since the gala, and now that I know I have new family back at home, I think I want to go see them.
See.
Well- Go ahead.
Oh, no. That's all I was gonna say for right now until you could.
Oh, everyone's leaving.
That's goodbye forever, Flitz.
Yeah, you're right.
Corey speaks up and goes, as soon as I figure out what's going on and help things get settled, I will be back. And I know we wanted to possibly get more information on Orcathian anyway, so this might be a good opportunity.
You know what's really gonna say. Be safe. Don't just do anything reckless. Get anybody unless they deserve it. Blah blah blah.
She kind of cracks her neck and goes, unless they deserve it. Got it. She says with a bit of a smirk.
Yeah, he's just gonna shake his head and give both of them a big hug.
Drew
Aw.
Go
goes,
back to his.
well, I don't think the meeting has split up yet.
I know, but like he was gonna go give them a hug before they left, and then go get his suit on.
Got you. So, as you were like prepping to leave, Drew goes, yes, I don't think we had anything much else to discuss, so everyone take your leave, meet back up here later tonight, and we can reconvene then. As for Corday and Jericho, come see me whenever you said your goodbyes and you're ready, and I can take you both back to the Ashen Vale. They both kind of nod, and guys, all the meeting is quote unquote adjourned, but you all still got to say your goodbyes.
Flip will walk right over to Jericho. Well, I'm sad that you're going, but I'm happy for the reason that you're going. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, but if you guys need me, just let me know and I'll be back in a heartbeat. I promise.
I'll hold you to that, Jericho.
And he kind of, before you can even do anything, he just kind of picks you up into a big hug.
Oh! And she'll return the hug. I've gotten a lot more durable with hugs thanks to Rovan.
Can I come in and start hugging the both of them?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, I'm sorry, Flip, but you're gonna get caught in the middle of this. Just immediately bear hugs and just goes, I will see you someday soon, friend.
Sarah's hugging all three.
Everyone
one
comes
moment.
in and... What's up?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Everyone comes in and gets their hugs with Jericho. And he... After... What's happening?
Air!
Jericho, after saying goodbyes to everyone and getting their hugs, he sort of steps off to the side, and Corey kind of steps forward and goes, well, I mean, I know I'm coming back, but man, you fuckers know how to really bring out the... I don't even know. I don't know what to say.
What?
It's okay.
Well, I'd say the waterworks, but that just kind of applies all the time.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't gonna say it. You can see a couple tears like starting to form. Which looks very weird coming from an individual who's mostly composed of water.
I'm gonna be a little bit of a bitch. Sarah's walking forward and wiping the tears from Corey's face. No, you're not going to cry. I don't want If you die, I don't want you crying to be the last time I see you.
She kind of just pulls you in for a hug and goes, I'll be back in a few days. I'm not abandoning you guys just yet.
You better not. And Sarah will return the hug.
After Sarah's done, Raban's gonna give a big hug and say, "Be safe out there. And remember, anyone gives you trouble, kneecaps first."
Absolutely. And she kind of like cracks her knuckles a bit. She kind of looks on over to Flit and Lily.
You go be safe. And, thinking through things for a second. Try to make yourself look as unappealing to dragons as possible.
I'll do that, Flit.
And she'll go and give Corey a hug.
She kind of whispers, I'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon, Corey.
Kind of looks over to you, Lily. You take care of them while I'm gone, yeah?
Darn, I think River had to step away.
Oh, did River have to step away? I did not see that. I apologize.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, I just now see it. Alright, I now see it. I apologize. Lily says goodbye. Oh, tears. But then Diana steps forward and she kind of takes Corey's hands and goes, I'll keep you updated, alright? I'll do my best to take care of them. You stay safe as well, okay? And Corey just kind of, without saying anything, just kind of pulls her in for a hug. And they both just kind of linger for a moment. Corey goes, I love you. And Diana goes, I love you too. I'll keep you updated. And in case you need anything, and she hands Corey a scroll. Hopefully that will get you out of any sticky binds you might get into. Being, the High Priestess has its perks. Corey kind of smiles and takes it. They both hug one more time. They kiss. And then Corey stands off with Jericho. And with a flash of light and a teary-eyed wave, the three of them vanish. And it is just your group for now, as Corey and Jericho have temporarily left the group. Corey and Jericho have left the chat room.
Whoops.
Well,
Quick, let's go through all their stuff. No.
On that note, you guys have the day to prepare yourselves for the Orion Club. What would you guys like to do? Lily, I know what you do.
That's why I haven't said anything.
So Flit had something. I guess Flit's gonna have to find new clothes, but Flit had something else that she wanted to do.
Okay.
I'd like to find Alice Bloodwing.
Okay. Allow me to roll to see if she is in the castle currently. She is not currently within the castle, but
Okay.
you can probably get a sending message out to her via somebody if you wish.
I'm just trying to think if it was important enough. Sure, we'll send a sending message out.
Okay.
I just wanted to relay the message that Eisenareth gave to me.
Okay. That message gets sent out. We'll say Theon sends it out for you.
Mhm.
And after a little bit, he kind of turns to you and he goes, "She's very thankful for that message. You did a good thing."
Well, I'm glad she feels better. Or at least I hope she does. It seemed like it was, important.
It means the world to her. She loved her father.
Yeah, I could kind of tell. When she handed me that book, I could tell just how much she treasured it. Seemed like it was a little, more than just a notebook,
Right.
And with the message given, Foot walks 2 feet away from Theon and thinks, I still don't know what a Sunday best really is. I should probably go talk to Corvin about that.
So, above game, who needs to buy new clothes?
Sarah will go with, but I don't know if she'll buy anything because 1, no money, 2, she is not one for dressing nice.
Hey, speaking of no money,
Marvin will go. The moment Flit knocks on his door, he kind of opens up. He's like halfway through trying to fix up his hair. Yes, and the moment she's like, just lets it all down, and he's like, okay, let's go.
You all... Go ahead, Flit.
I was just gonna say, oh, we should go grab Sarah.
You all head on over to Gretia Maryhorn's tailor shop, whatever I don't have the name of it in front of me, and I may have forgotten it above game. It's been a long few days. But when you go inside, Genia is there behind the counter, and she looks at you all and she goes, "Welcome. How can I assist you all?"
My 2 friends here need some form of formal wear, and we were just wondering if you had anything for them.
Yes, formal wear. I can definitely get something together. Wait here for just a few minutes. And after a few minutes, you guys are able to get some new formal wear. It's very nice. It's very comfy as well. It is a relatively painless process, and the bill altogether ends up being about 3 gold.
Okay, I'll take care of that.
Okay.
No problem.
And as you guys are getting ready to leave, Genia kind of goes, "I'm sorry, before you guys go, you're Lily's friends, right?"
Glad you mentioned that, Attica. I'm glad that you mentioned it, because Corbin would have been because he was assisting with Lily getting said date. He put his elbow up on the counter. Yes, we are.
And she kind of does that, she kind of rests her head on her hand, and she goes, she asked me out earlier today, actually not all that long ago, and I think I know what I want to get her as a gift, but I guess if you're here I could get a second opinion.
Okay, go for it.
I'm thinking of getting her. It's maybe a bit too on brand, which is why I want a second opinion. Maybe a bit cheesy, even. I'm thinking of getting her a hair clip that has a lily on it, a pink lily to match her hair. But I'm worried that that's, I don't know, cheesy. I think it would be cute, but
Okay, I'm just going to say this. This is the time to be cheesy. If she doesn't appreciate the sentimental part of it, she could always laugh, and it's a conversation starter.
you think so?
Go for it.
I guess.
He kind of gestures towards himself. I know so.
All right, fair enough. All right, I'll definitely do that then. I appreciate it.
Yeah, there's no issue whatsoever. She seemed to be very excited upon our travels to come back and night out. I hope you guys have fun.
Hey Joe, your mic is kind of like dipping a little bit in
It's
the
the
middle of
fucker sensitive. It's my bullshit sensitivity. He said Lily's been excited for this date for ever since she mentioned it. So yeah, have fun, you crazy kids.
Her eyebrows kind of raise, and she goes, "Has she really? Has she been talking about it a lot? About me?"
Yeah, I don't see why she wouldn't be for a date. I mean, how can you not talk about the other person that you're going out with?
Her expression kind of lightens, and she smiles a bit, and she kind of even blushes a tad. She goes, "Thank you."
Oh yeah, that was why she went to the market for, wasn't she? She kind of thinks to herself.
Yes, I believe she mentioned something about getting a gift as well.
Her jaw kind of drops for a second, and she goes, "Gretia, I'm gonna take my lunch break." And you hear a older voice in the back go, "Okay, dearie, I'll take the front desk for a little while. Go enjoy your lunch." And she begins to sort of like rush out. And she goes, "Thank you guys so much."
Okay, you're welcome. Bye.
And there she goes. There she goes again.
I wonder how their date's gonna go.
I'm sure it's going to be gay and adorable.
And definitely nothing menacing gonna happen whatsoever. Smile.
Nothing menacing whatsoever.
You know, the last couple of times that we went on our dates, something really not nice happened. Hopefully that doesn't happen this time.
I know, right? It's like the universe wants to interrupt us on a date. Is the moment the partner goes into the restroom. It's weird.
You two are nosy.
Listen, once is weird, twice is a coincidence. 3 times the universe is out to get us.
It's not really nosy if it's just kind of like the main topic that someone else brought up.
I can hear it now. This is going right through me. I have to use the bathroom. Someone else comes in. It's weird.
We shouldn't think all that. It'll never happen.
How could that happen a 3rd time? There's no way.
I can hear River fuming.
I sense a disturbance in the force.
God, you guys are breaking the
That's
fourth wall
funny.
so hard.
I'll
But-
save that one.
Above
We're
you,
chipping on it.
you guys still have most of the day. Is there anything else anybody would like to do? Or can I do the time warp again?
Jump to the left. Step to the right.
cha-cha, real smooth.
No, you gotta put your hands on your hips and bring your knees in tight.
I think that's a yes.
Sorry.
Going once.
Nah, I'm
Going.
good.
Okay. Going twice. Okay. Moving forward. You guys all get fancy gear. You all get dressed up, and you all reconvene back in the castle. At this point, you know about Lily's date. Lily has just left for the night to go for her date. Or Lily has been gone for a couple hours for her date. And you guys are preparing to head out yourselves. It's currently about 9 o'clock, I would say, at night. You all are quite nicely dressed, even those who do not wish to be. Is there any business you guys would like to take care of or discuss before you head out?
Sarah's just looking at her clothes and scowling.
So, you guys seem to have a better idea of what we're walking into. What are we walking into?
Well,
Hmm.
probably a den of scantily clad people.
Why? When they get cold?
Probably not. It's probably insulated somewhat down there.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Tart,
Yes.
would Sarah know what Corvin is referring to?
I mean, I would assume you would know what scantily clad means.
Okay. Oh, it's that type of club. Do I have to
Yup.
go?
What? I don't know. I'm still lost.
Here, let me put this. You are familiar with dancing, yes?
Oh yeah, that's the thing I really wanted to do.
Okay, now put that as form of attraction.
Except very, well, to put it in nice words, vulgar in nature.
I like
vulgar?
that vulgar is the nice way of putting it.
Side note, I really like that word just in general. It's a good word.
It's a good word. Strong word.
It is.
I'm still not getting it, but okay.
It's a club that has a bunch of, I'm just going to peel it off. Let's just say there's a bunch of people there who are going to pay for sex. And a bunch of ladies and or gentlemen there who are going to try and dance to entice them to do it.
I'm actually going to really quick roll a check for Diana. Let me pull up her sheet real quick. Because there's a chance that she's heard of the... She is from here, so there's a chance she may have heard the rumors of the Orion Club. So give me 1 second. History check.
Boy.
History check. I would say with disadvantage, but she's from here, so... Flat roll. No, she hasn't. Unfortunate. She has a good modifier, just wasn't a high roll. She kind of speaks up and she goes, the best that I can figure, it's a... From what we heard, perhaps a cabaret club or a fancy brothel. I don't know, though. I think I've heard the name once or twice in passing, like rumors, but I thought it didn't exist, truth be told.
And if I'm being completely honest, that aspect of it I don't think is going to have much effect on any of us. Most of us are either involved, trying to be involved. He looks at Ravon with an evil grin, or don't really seem to have an interest whatsoever.
We're there. I think we can all agree that we're there for business, not pleasure.
Agree.
Other thing Corbin did mention, or are too oblivious. No offense, Flip.
Just kind of like shrugs as everyone's looking at her. Okay, I guess. I still don't get it, but I trust what you guys are saying.
Just say no, if with anyone who's underly dressed. Best advice I can give.
Oh, thank you. That is good advice.
But to be polite, Paul.
By the way, everyone, before we move, I figured I would grab a couple extra scrolls for us for later ventures in the event that we have an emergency of any sort. Specifically, I grabbed a Greater Restoration Scroll in the event that we encounter Amnon's poison again.
Very good idea.
So,
Because
Go ahead.
that guy's a jerk and he'll probably do it again.
Yeah, so I did grab one of those. We have one in the event that happens.
See, this is why you need to be with us a lot more. You think of these things.
She kind of laughs a bit. She goes, I'm certainly trying. It's a lot. Is that rain? Damn, that's rain.
Damn, boy.
I like started hearing a noise. I was like, what the fuck is that? Oh yeah, that's rain. All right, let me make sure I am not about to die. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves.
I was about to ask.
Yeah. Check the Doppler if you can.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, get a lemonade seasoning packet and just, like, go out and make some free lemonade.
I send a very, not angry, but a caps lock written message to someone.
Can't believe Joe's taking on the IRS.
Nah, it's just something that River mentioned in general. Somebody I know is a huge fan of that movie.
Okie dokie. So how's everybody's Monday?
It's a Monday.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Monday
I'm
is
back.
job application
It
day.
seems to just be rain right now, but I am gonna keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
We are outside of the time frame that they had issued for the tornado warning, but I am still gonna keep an eye on it.
Fair enough.
Very wise.
But anyways, so there are no other matters to discuss. You all decide to head on out.
I think so. Oh, I just remembered something I probably should have asked earlier. What's the star shard look like? Oh well.
Hi, Nug. I know, baby. Nugget can hear the rain. He's freaking out. He's like, what the fuck?
It's wet outside, Paula. I don't like that. I'm floofy. I don't wish to be spoofy.
Nugget above game hates rain. If it's raining when I go to take him out, he'll stand there like, I don't know about that.
Same with Oreo. Oh,
I don't know
God.
about that, bro.
I used this one dog that I used to take care of. He was a total princess about it too. Not because of like his fur and everything. It's just that like he never liked stepping on wet grass.
Yeah.
All of my dogs hate the rain except for my Great Dane. She will walk right out in it.
So, you all prep to head out, and you all head out for a night on the town. Now, none of you asked where the Chroma Roast Tavern was, So
Ugh.
I would like a group investigation check if possible.
Oh boy.
And I will put
I can do
Diana's.
that.
I will put Diana's into this, with advantage for her because she is from here.
14.
Investigation.
That's a big ol' 3.
16.
I clicked advantage. I swear. I'll take the 16. That's fine.
Wait, Sarah, wouldn't you have your exhaustion gone?
No, she still
No.
has 1
She
left.
has 1 point.
Yeah.
So,
Ah.
yeah,
Oof.
16. So, ugh. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, so it takes you guys a little bit of time to find it, as it is a bit dark out, and there are more and more people, like, heading into the taverns and whatnot. And as it is a bit more, like, little, what's the term? Like, hole-in-the-wall bar, it is a bit difficult to find. It takes a little bit of time, but you guys do eventually find it. And now, I can change the music. You all head inside the Chroma Rose Tavern, and behind the bar there is a lean, above average height fire genasi. He's got the dark, like, ash gray skin. He's got orange colored eyes. He's got a well sculpted face with a strong jaw. The sides of his hair are shaved, and the top of his hair is forged to look somewhat like a roaring campfire. The ends almost seem to, like, twinkle and flicker in the light. And he hears the door and he looks to you all, and he sees you get up and he goes, "One moment, I'll be right there." And he finishes the drink he's making, he passes it to someone, and he comes over and he goes, "Welcome to the Chroma Rose. How can I help you?"
Hey, hello. We here
Hi.
to talk to we're here to talk to a Flint Orion about a debt that needs to be cleared. You have an appointment?
An appointment, huh? Make a
Flash him.
persuasion check.
Okay.
Go Corvin. Go Corvin.
27.
He kind of looks you all up and down, and he kind of strokes his orange goatee a bit, and he goes, "Tell the lady at the front desk to speak with the boss, man." And he kind of nods or nudges his head towards the back room. Head down the stairs.
Thank you very much.
And as you guys are starting to go back, you hear whoever the last person would be to leave the room. You would hear a patron go, "Ah, sweet, can I go with them?" "No, sir. That's back there's the VIP room. VIPs only." "Oh, come on, man. You know me. Do I know you?" "I don't think I do, friend." And that conversation kind of continues as you guys head towards the back. In the back, there is a door that appears to have been opened already. And looking down it, there's a staircase. Beautiful, like, red velvet staircase with gold trim that goes down underground. I assume you guys descend the staircase?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
You guys descend the staircase a bit of ways, and eventually, music from the surface above begins to fade. You guys come down to a set of large, beautiful wooden double doors. And on the other side, you can hear this music, and I'm going to share my screen real quick.
Oh boy.
I know the audio may do the weird sound thing, but can you all hear that?
Yep.
Is it too loud?
Sounds good to me.
Someone was talking and they sounded weird. I don't know who that was.
I think it's me.
But
Am I okay?
you sound
Yeah.
good now.
Okay.
But the volume sounds good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You all go up to this door and you open it. And inside you see this vast lobby area. Almost like a hotel lobby. You look around, you can see that the floors are made out of this beautiful, like, red carpet. There are, like, marble columns and beautiful hanging lights. And there is a U-shaped desk near the back of the room. To the sides, there are two large staircases and two double doors on one on each side of the desk. And there appears to be a very young drow woman at the desk.
Corbin almost instinctually goes, "Hello, we here to see your boss man."
Greetings. You're here to see Mr. Orion. And as you guys have approached the desk, you can see that there is a... The desk is very well made, but in the front of it, there's a glass container. And inside there are 5 roses. A red rose, a blue rose, a black rose, a white rose, and a rose that almost looks to be made of gold. And this woman looked like she was about to say things to you, and then Corbin, you beat her to the punch, essentially. And so she looks at you, she goes, Mr. Orion, I don't know if he has any appointments right now. Allow me to get in contact with him. And who do I tell him this is from?
Down here, God.
She kind of raises her eyebrows at that with a bit of a surprise gesture, and she goes, and the purpose of the meeting? She says, picking up what appears to be a blue gemstone.
We are here to help clear a debt that he owes.
I see. One moment. And the gem begins to glow a bit. And she begins to speak into it. Mr. Orion, you have a number of guests here to see you. They say they're from the Vanahir Guard, something about clearing a debt? And it begins to, like, pulse with this light, with the words she's saying. And she begins, like, after a moment, she begins, like, nodding her head. And you can see the gem pulsing as well, as she's kind of, like, nodding. And she goes, okay, sir, I will bring them to you. Just one moment. And she puts the gem back down on the desk. And she looks to you all and she goes, Mr. Orion will see you, please, if you will come this way. And she steps out from behind the desk. And right as she goes over to open the door, it opens from the other side. And you see Genia and Lily step out from inside the club.
What?
He just kind of, Corbin will just kind of cock his head a little bit, kind of raise an eyebrow with a very familiar grin.
This is where we ended Lily's night out. Lily, you have now exited the main chamber of the Orion Club and have now met up with your friends, almost conveniently so. Or inconveniently so, depending on how you're feeling right now.
Lily's gonna look at everyone. Hi.
Oh, hello, Lily.
I see it's gone well then. He just kind of says with like a very evil like grin.
Genia blushes at that and goes, okay. I see it. I see. This is a misunderstanding. I can assure you that.
Oh, you don't have to explain anything. I'm not here to judge.
She kind of
in the ribs.
She kind of
Oh,
sighs. My dad works here, and we were stopping by to say hello.
It's very nice of you.
Right, Lily?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want you to go alone.
Can I insight this?
Sure. Were you trying to insight?
If basically as soon as they said the dad, but like, you know, like her being here already.
Just a typical "are they lying" insight check?
Yeah.
Go for it. Anyone who wants to can. I'm going to say this is specifically going to be an insight check on Genia rather than Lily.
14 from me.
22.
14, 22. Anyone else? Okay.
Oh my god.
With those checks, she doesn't seem to be lying.
It's very nice of you.
Yeah, he's got night shifts and I work during the day, so I don't get to see him all that often. And Lily, you kind of feel, as she's now having this conversation with your friends, you feel her grip on your hand kind of tighten a bit. And
I'm trying to think of what to say.
she kind of turns to you and she goes, I guess this means you probably need to go with your friends, huh?
Lily looks over at everyone kind of pleadingly. I don't think they need me for this one.
Go ahead, Lily. We've got this.
Are you sure?
Above game, I really don't think you guys will need me if you're just asking this person to repay a debt.
If you don't think that, have better things to do. He just kind of, again, he hasn't stopped grinning at this point.
As Corvin begins speaking, Genia kind of pulling you, Lily goes, nope, we're good, and just kind of like pushes through you.
Lily's gonna chase after her.
Well, she's holding your hand, so...
Oh, so she's just pulling me. Okay, you know,
Yeah.
that works too.
It's nice to see.
Oh, so this is the kind of place you take a date. Okay, that's good to know.
No.
Wait, what are you meaning? That they were just here to visit the girl's father.
Yes, exactly. That.
Oh,
Just
sorry,
for-
I got confused.
No, you go to, and he kind of looks towards the drow lady. I don't mean any offense. A much nicer place.
She just kind of
Take dates.
smiles quietly at you and goes, this way, please. And she walks into the main chamber. We're going to cut over to Lily and Genia real quick. You both get up to the top of the stairs and she goes, that was embarrassing.
They're good people.
Yeah, I didn't mind bumping into them. I just would have rather have bumped into them literally anywhere else.
I can talk to you about it a little more. I can't say too much.
No, it's all right. I understand that your work is really important. I'm not gonna pry.
She kind of stands proudly. Yeah, the life of an adventurer. She giggles.
Well, this place is certainly an adventure, isn't it? She says, kind of blushing a bit.
Speaking of, let's get out of here.
Please. And you both go outside. Where are you taking her, Lily?
I will probably start taking her back to her house, as a polite date should.
Okay. In the meantime, we will cut over back to the main group.
Pardon my interruption. What happened to the Firefly Park?
They went to the Firefly Park.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Technically, I think this was after the.
Yep.
This was like after the date, just kind of a quick aside.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood when I was watching the one-on-one shot then.
They were in the Firefly Park. They had a gentle stroll through it. It just didn't take up a big part of the one-on-one shot, mainly because, you know, fucking allergies and shit. I just didn't want to wreck my voice before the end of it. But anyways, so the rest of you head into the interior of the Orion Club. And I will, for those of you who watch the, for those of you here and in the audience who watched the one-on-one shot on Saturday, you will have already heard this description, but I'm going to read it one more time for those who have not. The interior of the Orion Club is a mixture of casino and a cabaret club. Plenty of gambling tables around the vicinity. Near the back, there's a stage with a band that's playing jazz music alongside a group of strippers and of varying gender. This is like a typical like 007 like Las Vegas like club / casino. Around the room, there are a plethora of scantily clad staff members, all wearing masquerade masks. There are 2 grand sets of stairs that lead up to 2 additional floors, which seem to be composed of rooms that line the left and right walls. And one final detail, up above the stage, you can see tinted windows and a small balcony, a room that hangs over the stage. Steffi, the young drow woman, takes you all towards the far back, where there's a door that says staff only. And she kind of just opens up the door for you and goes, head up the stairs, and Mr. Orion will be waiting for you.
Small detail. While they were walking through the club, Sarah had grabbed Robon's hand so that she doesn't get lost and was just keeping her eyes to the floor.
That's adorable.
Protect your little sister, Rovan. Protect her innocence.
I shall protect you from the false smuttery.
You all head up the stairs, and once you reach the top, there's another door that you all kind of assume is the place you're supposed to be. You open it up, and on the other side there is a small staircase that leads up to another, like, very small staircase that leads up to a landing. And at the top of this landing is another set of double doors with, like, this grand, like, wide oak frame that's been, like, beautifully carved and has, like, beautiful, like, gold trim design in it. And in front of it is a large Goliath man who, on top of his, like, typical Goliath markings across his body, has a large, like, set, a collection of extravagant tattoos. There are, like, symbols on there. There's, like, monsters and beasts. And as you guys kind of look a bit closer, you can see some of them sort of almost sparkle in the light. Rovan, you look at this man, and he is probably on par with your brother. He is huge. He's massive. And as you guys start approaching, he kind of holds up his hand and goes, "All right, hold on. Who goes there?"
I believe the receptionist. We're with the Venahir Guard. We're here to talk to Flint Orion about clearing a debt that he owes.
Well, I don't know about you, but I haven't heard such a thing. And as he's kind of talking, there's a voice from the other side of the door that goes, "It's all right, Bruno. Let them in." And he kind of looking back, hearing that, he in a single movement moves his hand away, and he reaches for the door, and he kind of slowly pushes it open. And as it's slowly opening, he goes, "Don't cause any trouble." "Don't cause any trouble."
Wouldn't dream of it.
And he opens the door fully, and inside you all see this beautiful office space. It's lush, it's extravagant. There's it almost looks like a penthouse apartment. There's a collection of strange relics and trophies of creatures and various locations. And near the back, you can see what you can assume is probably that tinted window you saw before. As you can see out, there's a balcony, and then you can see out into the entirety of the main chamber of the Orion Club. And in front of this, there's a desk with a couple chairs, as well as one beautiful, lush desk chair. And there's a singular man kind of facing away from your group, looking out the window. He's a human man, early 30s. He's got a lean figure. He turns and he looks at you all, and he's got bright blue eyes. He's got black hair that's been slicked back with probably a variety of products. He's clean shaven. He's got a very strong jaw, almost rigid. And he also has a high collared red suit. And he looks at you all and he goes, "I normally would have the staff bring up some fine wine for us, but with guests such as these, representatives of the king? Well, it seems the good stock is required. Come, take a seat." And he kind of gestures over to what appears to be like a small alcove that's been made into a sitting area. And he gestures towards it, and he starts walking over to what looks like a liquor cabinet. In the meantime, we're going to cut back to Lily and Genia. Let me change the music real quick. Lily, it's a little bit of a walk back to Genia's place. It's not anything terrible. It's maybe a 10-minute walk. And you make it back to your place, and as she kind of gets up to the front, she kind of turns to you and she goes, "Thank you for the lovely night out, even if it was a bit awkward at the end there."
Yeah. I didn't think that's where we would have ended up. So
had I known that your friends were going to show up, I wouldn't have brought you there anyway. So, I guess it's kind of on both of us, isn't it?
I mean, I did know that's where they were gonna be heading. I just didn't want to say anything at the time because I didn't have the rest of them with me, so...
I see. Well, no harm, no foul. Just, but that's gonna be fun explaining to them later.
They've dealt with a lot more difficult things.
Oh, yeah? That sounds like a story. Perhaps you'd wanna come inside and tell me? She says with an innocent expression.
Lily's face goes red. Like, very red.
I mean,
And she just-
you don't have to, of course. And you can see her, seeing you blush, she kind of like catches herself and she blushes too.
I'd like to come in.
I'd like you to come in. And she kind of like, almost in a sort of like panic, starts to unlock the door.
Ganbate. Ganbate.
Unless you had anything else you wanted to say, Lily.
So she looks at Genia. God, I sometimes hate being so small. Because it's like, I don't want to ask her to get to my level.
It's as adorable as it is awkward. Do you A, pick up Lily, or B, crouch down to her height?
She looks at Genia and is like, before I come inside, there's something I want to do first. But you kinda... And she just kinda... like, makes her hand in a crouch motion. It's like, you gotta come here.
She looks at you and she goes, "Oh yeah?" And she slowly crouches down to your height. And what would that be?
Oh, I
She
can imagine
says-
is the dress, though.
She says, kind of slyly.
I want to kiss her.
Absolutely. She catches on to it, and the moment you make your move, she meets you in the middle and is adorable and very gay. You both linger for a moment, and she looks at you and she goes, "I know you don't typically like being picked up, but..." And then you feel yourself lift off of the ground as she swoops you up in her arms. And next thing you know, you are inside the apartment. And that is the last we will see of Lily for the night. As Lily's adorable gay date has come to a quote-unquote end.
That shit was adorable.
The in-game night or the IRL night?
I hope just the end game night. I hope we don't.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope
without
we
getting
don't
into-
go that long with the fucking shit. Anyways,
I mean, it just.
Mm.
I'm not gonna tell that. I'm not gonna say that joke. I'm not gonna say that joke.
cutting back to the rest of the group. Cut back to the Orion office, and Mr. Orion comes with a tray of poured drinks for your group. And it seems to be like whiskey on ice. And he sits down the tray before your group. There's one for each of the group, including him. And he takes a glass and he kind of leans back in the seat, kind of sitting, purposefully finding a seat where he's kind of by himself. And he goes, "So, here you'll hear about a debt of sorts. Also, please enjoy the whiskey. It's from my private stock." And he takes a sip.
Corbin is like favoring it every sip for taste purposes.
It is very good. You can tell it's not like an elven whiskey, but it has like that element of like almost like royalty behind it.
Flitz. It's got a bite.
It does. What was that, Flit?
Flit's kind of got a look of slight existential panic, remembering the last interaction she had with spicy brown water.
Mmm, spicy.
He looks at he looks at you and he goes, "Don't worry. You don't seem like the drinking type. It's Diet Cloak."
Oh, I love Diet Cloak.
Yo, I wonder if they got Cloak Zero.
Cloak
I-
Zero?
You know, I generally prefer Pepcli, but Diet Cloak's pretty good.
Oh god. Okay, where's that legally distinct spreadsheet? I need answers.
You know, I'm a huge fan of Dr. Primer.
Dr. Primer. Please, move on to the scene or this is never gonna end.
So he looks at you all and he goes, "So, pardon my manners, I'm unsure I'm aware as to the debt you're referring to." And you all can see that Bruno has actually come into the room with you and he's kind of watching over this meeting. And you can see his eyes kind of squint as Mr. Orion says that.
Sorry, what was he saying? I was recovering.
He was saying, I believe I'm unsure as to the debt you're referring to.
From Cedric Aragon himself, you owe him one.
He kind of strokes his chin for a second and he goes, "Do I?" Oh! It kind of like slaps his leg. I see what's going on here. There's been a bit of a misunderstanding. I am Arthur Orion. You are looking for Flint Orion. That is my brother, who is
Insight.
Insight check.
Same.
Roll for it. Anyone who wants to.
That, passing the
As you're
book.
rolling, I'm going to continue what he was saying. My brother is a bit preoccupied at the moment. Let's see.
Apologies for interrupting.
No worries. Okay.
That 20 on my other side. Oh.
I'll roll. Yeah, I see it. I'll roll insight for Diana as well.
Please, Diana, save us.
17. I'll say Corvin and Diana get this. The rest of you, he's actually, because of his like calm and almost like casual demeanor, he seems hard to read. But Corvin and Diana both get the impression that he is telling the truth. You see, my brother was the original proprietor of this establishment, the Orion Club. It was his place. He built it up from the ground and, well, he ran the club until a few years back. He, unfortunately, and you can see his expression kind of, like, kind of hardens a bit, and he goes, "You see, my brother, a few years back, suffered I don't know how to describe it, a psychotic breakdown. It was extremely scary, and out of the blue, he became aggressive, violent, even. And he begins messing with the collar of his jacket, and he actually shows you a hidden portion of his neck where there is what appears to be a scar of something there. And he goes, "He actually came at me with a dinner knife. He actually harmed poor Bruno here. Isn't that true, Bruno?" He goes, Bruno looks at him and goes, "Yes, boss. I'm a big fella, but he came at me with that knife all the same, too." I thankfully only came out with bruises and scratches. Arthur looks to your group and kind of goes, so, if you are looking for my brother, I'm sorry, I unfortunately am not him, but if my brother had some sort of debt to King Aragon, perhaps I can pick up the pieces from where he left off. May I ask what this is about? He says, kind of taking another sip of his drink.
About a artifact known as the Star Shard. It was given to your brother by a Drew Iota. Just here to retrieve it.
You can see he starts thinking again. He goes, I don't believe I am familiar, but that's not nearly the first secret my brother has ever held from me. Afraid I can't help you. No, I doubt that would work. And you can see he says that kind of like leaning back a bit deeper into his seat.
Thing are you talking about?
Well, this star shard that you're referring to, it sounds like an artifact, and unfortunately I possess no knowledge of it. However, and this is a long shot, I can perhaps direct you towards my brother, but he's still in a manic state ever since that incident. Unfortunately, the staff came to I suggested sending him to treatment in Eldegas Sanatorium. I spoke of this idea with the staff, and they agreed. So, I can, if you wish, I can give you a way to go in and see him, and perhaps attempt to gain whatever information you can from him, but unfortunately I believe that is all I'm really able to do on the matter.
Sarah's finally gotten to the point that she's comfortable enough and has let go of Rovan's hand and moved away from him. Is there any idea what caused this sort of psychotic break?
He kind of shrugs. He goes, my brother was hard at work here for 15 plus years before, his psychotic breakdown. I wish I could say it was a matter of stress in the workplace, but never did I expect him to become so violent.
How long ago was this psychotic break?
He kind of thinks for a moment. He goes, coming up on, I believe, 3 years now, give or take. I unfortunately have not been able to see my brother very often because of the incident. The doctors there are worried that my presence may cause him to engage in another violent outburst.
Corvin will turn to Bruno. Were you recently hired on, or did you have this job when Flint ran this place?
I've had this job here for about 10 years now.
And what does it entail exactly? Do you just guard the door, or are you the personal bodyguard?
I'm Mr. Orion's personal bodyguard. I come here during the night when Mr. Orion's working, and I leave when he's done in the morning.
So, years prior then, was there anything different about Flint Orion's habits prior to his psychotic break?
Well, and he starts thinking, I'm gonna roll a history check for him. He's just kind of picking at his ear. He goes, well, nothing seemed off at the time, but I mean, I frankly didn't. I'm usually outside the office, so I don't usually get a first-hand experience at many of the work that he does, but he was very active in the workplace, going around making sure guests were handled, making sure the staff was happy, making sure the troublemakers were taken care of.
So nothing out of the ordinary.
Kinda. He seems to almost like tighten his grip, or almost like tighten his stance, and he goes, "Not that I can tell."
May I roll insight on that one?
On Bruno? Absolutely.
May I as well?
Yeah, sure. Anyone who wants to.
A lot
7.
then.
There's more. Man, y'all doing great on these insight rolls.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
He's not a very hard man to read. He's about as subtle as a brick house. But he seems to be honest. He seems like he's being honest, or at least he thinks he is.
Okay.
Arthur kind of speaks up again and he goes, "I'm truly sorry I can't be of more help, but here." And he stands up and he walks back over to his desk and he sits down and he pulls out a piece of parchment. He starts writing some things down. Bruno kind of keeps a tight eye over your group as he's doing this. And after a couple minutes, he folds up the piece of paper and he stands up and he passes it to you, Corbin, and he goes, "Give them this and hopefully they will allow you to see him, but unfortunately that is the best I can do, I'm afraid."
I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little disappointed that we couldn't retrieve it. But it is, and I do hope that he gets a full recovery from this, from his current affliction.
You and me both. If in the event you can't get the information you need, I do have friends in high places. I can perhaps see if I can gain any information for you all. Or if not, perhaps another way of repaying this debt that my brother owed, which I am admittedly quite curious about. Perhaps I'll look into this star shard in your stead anyway. See what I can find out to perhaps assist you.
Can I roll an insight on that?
Sure.
I want to see if he might have an ulterior motive. 17?
Me too.
Again, anyone who wants to.
Soft 20. About
9.
time.
I'll go for it. Are we also allowed to make an insight siege? Tart?
Yes,
Call
absolutely.
CG there
I'm,
for a second.
I'm tomorrow.
You are tomorrow. Which we
Woo!
will have an announcement of that about that
Yes.
later tonight.
Everybody. 16.
Anyone who got a 15 or above, you catch the glimpse that maybe he has an ulterior motive, but that seems to be counteracted with the fact that he knows that you guys are working directly for the king, and he doesn't want to get on the king's bad side for obvious reasons. Especially
Yeah,
considering
so-
he doesn't know the full extent of what his brother's debt was.
it's kind of that look where the very clearly greedy character runs in and sees like the very heavily trapped idol, and for a second they're like, "Ooh, let me get it," and it's like, "Oh no, wait, that's a terrible idea."
Yeah. He goes, it's essentially him going, I could, but I probably shouldn't.
Yeah.
So Corbin is gonna look towards Flint and actually look towards Bruno. Yeah, and Arthur, and ask them both. When Flint was here, was there any piece of the club or any part of his office that he took particular? It seemed as though he couldn't take his eye off of it, as if he was, I don't know, hiding something or making sure that it was exactly in the right place. I understand that's a little vague, but I'm curious.
I understand what you mean. Truth be told, once I took the reins of the operation here, I actually hired a detective to unveil any potential secrets my brother had within this office, and I can go back through the things we found, but I'm not sure any of it was terribly relevant, but I can look again.
Do you
Please.
happen to remember the name of that detective?
What's his name? It was a half-elf fellow, Blackwell, I think his name was?
Oh.
Provo, yes.
Oh, you know him. Wonderful. How is he doing nowadays?
Last I heard, he was playing an interesting game of cat and mouse with a couple of individuals.
Interesting.
I've been enjoying that little side story there.
Yes, I was actually intending on hiring a different detective here in town, but he conveniently bumped into me. Almost literally, so I figured, why not? Detectives are a dime a dozen.
Yes, Corvo does have that tendency. First time we met him, he jumped out of a window in front of us.
You can see at that he kind of like opens his mouth, like in surprise, and then he goes, "No, actually, that he has that aroma about him, doesn't he?"
A bit. Also, kind of a pension of getting a little bit into trouble.
Indeed. Well, regardless, I doubt they'll allow you to the sanatorium tonight, so you may have to wait until morning. But whenever you handle your business there, feel free to come back here, and my people will make sure you get through to me uninterrupted.
I mean, sounds good to me.
And he kind of claps his hands. Wonderful. Well, if you don't mind, I have quite the busy night, as you can see the wonderful patronage outside, and he kind of gestures to the balcony / window, and you can see the bundles of richer folk outside going about their business, quote unquote. He goes, "So, if you will please excuse me, Bruno, you can show them out, I'm sure." And Bruno goes, "Yes, boss, indeed. Come on." And he starts kind of like beginning to guide you all towards the door.
I assume we head on out.
Above game, I was waiting to see if anybody was like, "I actually heard her," but nobody did that. So he
Sarah's taking Robon's hand again.
Okay. He escorts you all out, and Bruno closes the door behind him, and he turns to you all and he goes, "Thank you all for coming to see Mr. Orion. He appreciates his guests, but I'm going to have to ask you all to leave now, please. And of course, if you plan to remain for any patronage, you're more than welcome. You've already made it into the club."
Okay.
I,
Thank you.
I do apologize, but I have a girlfriend waiting for me.
I still don't quite get what this place is about, and that's okay.
Well, you see, and I like
Yeah,
to think
we,
somebody starts escorting Flint like, nope, we're good. Actually, Diane would do that. Diane would like cover Flint's ears and be like, nope, we're good, thank you. You all start heading back down the stairs, and Diana kind of looks at you all and goes, so, I guess we're heading to Elder Gas Sanatorium, huh?
I guess. Where is that?
It's just on the outside of town. It's not a terrible journey. If we leave in the morning, we should be able to handle any business there and be back before, I would think, maybe the sunset.
Oh, well, that works.
It's not terribly far. It's just outside of town, and the way is pretty well guarded. Elder Gas Sanatorium has been around for a couple centuries at this point. It's quite highly regarded.
I mean, even if they're about to close, isn't there some kind of pull that you can do? I assume this is kind of in your field?
Flint's just gonna tap on Corvin's shoulders. Wouldn't it be better to wait for Lily, though?
I would prefer if we had the entire group here. I could potentially pull some strings, but I don't know. It would take some time. I feel like it would be far too late at night for me to attempt something like that.
Fair enough. Well, if you...
I will tell you guys above game. If you were to head there now, you would. It's right now about maybe 10 to 11 o'clock. I would say maybe like 10 o'clock. If you were to leave now, it would probably be like 1 or 2 a.m. before you got there.
Really, it takes that long to get there. Oh, shit.
Oof. Yeah, no.
Well,
Yeah,
actually,
no.
if you guys got a carriage, I was thinking like on foot. If you guys got a cart, you could probably be there by like midnight, I would think.
Follow-up point in favor of going to bed is that Sarah goes to bed.
Yeah?
Mm.
You are showing off a very good point here, and it's definitely going to be happening.
Diana goes, can I see that note that he gave you, actually?
Yes.
You hand it to her, and she kind of opens it up, and she goes, I'm gonna take a look at this, and I'm going to actually see if I can pull some strings to go along with this to ensure we have a better chance at actually seeing Mr. Flint tomorrow.
Sounds good to me. So if we're convenient, where I'm going.
Say that one more time.
I said, if we're convening for the evening, I do believe that you all know where I'm heading, then.
Yeah, you have a good night, Corvin. As you guys are all starting to, like, make your way out. You tell Aura we all said hello.
Oh, most definitely.
Diana kind of turns to the rest of you. By the way, how do you all think Lily's doing?
I hope well.
I'm sure she is doing very fine.
River!
There is a joke I could make, but I refuse.
So, for time's sake, you all make your way out. You all go your separate ways for the night. You all head to bed. Corvin goes over to see Ara. You know, River, I see that message you got. River is,
Oh dear.
River is doing gay panic in my DMs right now. River, I will say, you told me not to. Roll me a charisma save with advantage. And I'm gonna roll one on my end. Okay.
Oh.
That's okay.
Yikes. That's a 6.
I'm gonna message you during the break.
That's fair.
Oh
But
my.
you all go your separate ways for the night. And you all get the benefit of a long rest. Sarah loses her exhaustion, and that is where we're gonna
Hey.
take our break.
It's about damn time.
Okie dokie.
Can you see why exhaustion is rough?
Yes. Oh
Mhm.
my god.
I'm not gonna like for my fighter. I think I had up to 4 levels in a session just because of heat exhaustion from a desert.
Oof.
This is why Path of the Berserker is bad.
Yep.
Ugh.
I needed some water.
Yes, everyone, go take your break. I have sent River the results of the night. That is a good response that I received. And we are all. I have to thank a few people before I go and take my break. But thank you all so much for joining us tonight for the first part of our session. I need to thank JFrost747 for the host. And Kelly AFU for the resub of 14 months. Kelly! Thank you both so much. I am going to take my break real quick. I'm going to go use the bathroom. I'm going to assume that I'm not going to die because of a tornado, and it sounds like the rain has stopped, so I'm also going to go check on the weather. But we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Hello, chat. I am looking at. Yeah, like they do have nice feats, especially they can't be frightened, can't be charmed while in a rage. I think that's it. Give me a moment, I gotta pull up my reference sheet here. Retaliation's pretty cool. Use a reaction to just make a melee weapon attack. It's nice and simple. An intimidating presence though is really interesting. Granted, if you want a barbarian who can make someone frightened of you, just go with Leonin. The only thing that I can see that would be a good pick for this subclass is Mindless Rage. And if one feature on the subclass is why you pick it, it might not be worth it. Because like as much shit as I give Champion Fighters. I love Battlemaster Fighters. As much shit as I give Champion Fighters, Remarkable Athlete is really freaking cool. Adding up half your proficiency bonus to any strength, dex, or con-based checks that you don't already have proficiency in, which does include not Constitution saves, which also includes initiatives. It's pretty freaking cool, especially if you have like a very athletic build, like you have high dex and strength. And then at the 18th level Survivor feature, where you can gain five points plus your Constitution mod at the start of each of your turns. Like that's a really cool recovery aspect of it, but to get to 18th level though is near impossible in a campaign setting. Oh, I'm surprised like we're fucking going as strong as we are at level 8.
Hello. I am here.
Hello.
You talk
And
about fighter stuff?
I'm talking like if a subclass has one thing that makes it nice, like with Berserker Barbarian, it's just Mindless Rage.
Uh-huh.
It can't be worth it. It shouldn't be worth it. especially like, well, what about their late level stuff? Yeah, but how? What's the guarantee that you're going to be getting to the late level stuff?
Hey man, being in a late level campaign, I'm glad we have a guy in our group who, when I'm gonna be just the strongest fucking tankiest dude. Fucking, we have essentially Arabian Hulk in our fucking party.
That's awesome. But like,
Also, hi, I'm back.
Hello.
Hello, CG. But like, what I'm trying to say is though, if like Mindless Rage for Berserkers, Remarkable Athlete plus Survivor for fighters, like it's gonna be great if you get to level 7. But like getting to the 18th level, there's not a lot of campaigns that get to be that high up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Also, I know Zealot Barbarians are nonsense, Sandman. I play as one.
really quickly,
The
while I'm
Maelstrom.
thinking about this.
In the Maelstrom, that's Johann's subclass is Zealot Barb.
What's up,
What were you
Sarah?
saying, Sarah?
The other night, while watching the one-on-one shot, I accidentally gave my cat a new nickname.
Oh yeah?
Thankfully, it's one that's suiting of her. I was getting ready to give my cat her meds because she's injured at the moment. And something was said about Lily because the thing was just starting. And so I told my parents, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go give Lily her meds.
Oh.
Thankfully, the cat's name is Lilith, so it fits, but...
It does fit.
Does fit.
I do want to also thank everyone who did come out to our one-on-one shot on Saturday night called Lily's Night Out. That did have the events of Lily's Day that took place just in the midst of where the session did. I appreciate everyone who came out for that. I know River appreciated the absolute cute gay shit that I put on for them.
I cried.
Oh, I know you did.
So, I'm sorry, were you done?
Yeah, I was done.
I thought of something really dumb while I was getting food. Diet Coca-Cola no longer has actual cloaker in it once they figured out it's not very good for you. God, now I'm just thinking of fantasy sodas.
Back.
Also, I want to ask you guys, what did y'all think about Mr. Orion? Now that you've met him, he's a character that I've been actually quite excited to introduce, more so than some other NPCs that I've introduced.
He's a smooth motherfucker.
He
Absolutely.
seems nice.
Definitely very extravagant.
Mover and or shaker.
Reminds me of Great Gatsby.
I can see it.
I feel like he is trying to swindle me. For what? I don't know what. I don't know yet.
I will say this.
He's trying to make sure you've bought your car's extended warranty.
Oh, fuck that.
For part of me, especially once I heard the scars, it's like, oh fuck, is Tart gonna do is Tart finally going to play his I Love Yakuza card with this guy? Because he does. I got conjure animals. I got 2 tigers waiting for that scenario.
Smile. Smile.
Man, I can't believe we're fighting Mojima.
Majima.
He really seems...
Mojima.
Oh dear.
Oh, it's Mujima. It's just a cow with a.
It's a Minotaur. It's a Minotaur that somehow has max health and shows up everywhere.
Exactly.
He
Why am I
really
not picturing a
seems-
cow in a Yakuza outfit?
If y'all don't think I will, if y'all think I won't absolutely do that shit, you're fucking wrong. I will absolutely make Mujima. Don't fucking
Sarah, what were you
tempt
saying?
me.
Do it.
In another game.
Maji
Because
Boo.
we all thought of it, and it won't be as good as if we know it's coming in some
Fucking-
way,
I mean-
shape, or
Minotaur Rogue.
form.
Or Minotaur,
really-
Kinsei Monk.
Sarah, what were you saying?
He really seemed like the type of guy to point out any sort of relationship he saw, so I'm surprised nothing was said about Sarah walking in holding Ravon's hand.
Oh, he does. Look at the place he works. He doesn't judge.
That's true.
Oh.
He don't give
no.
a fuck.
Like he's probably seen it all at this point.
Yes, indeed he has. Smile.
Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I completed the joke.
Oh.
Yes. His name is Toro Mujima.
Wait, okay. Toro Mujima, Patriarch of the Kaukuza.
I am making a character sheet to work on later as we speak.
Yes! Oh my god! The power of bullshit! Wait a minute, bullshit!
He has a disguise kit, but it's just multiple hats.
It somehow still works.
Patch! But it could be multiple eye patches!
Actually, just 1 second.
Listen, it's not as good as Snurr, but fucking, I want this. Snurr. I want this though. I need. I don't ever demand art from people, but I needs Muji.
Caitlin's commissions are open. If y'all don't think,
Oh
if y'all
fuck!
think I won't do it, again, you're wrong.
Tarp,
Yes.
you streamed. Wait, no, you're not streaming tomorrow. Damn it. Are you? No, wait. So don't tell us. Don't tell us. Don't tell us. I'm just gonna say this right now. Give me at least until Wednesday. I have a gift for you.
Hey, Tart.
Yes.
Ask Manda. We could ask Manda.
We could ask Amanda.
I'm on
I'm
it.
sorry, what?
Yes. Yes.
Toro Mujima. Alright, I've marked it down.
Oh god.
Ugh.
I'm sending her a message right now.
Good.
This is the greatest thing to ever exist.
Alright. So, roll call. CG.
Kiryu-chan!
Give me a Kiryu-chan. This is required. Tart. Kiryu-chan! J Frost.
Chan!
Joe.
Kiryu-chan!
River.
No.
Oh,
One
come
time
on.
I go with the group.
River is not a Yakuza fan, unfortunately.
I'm not, and I have watched it 4 fucking times, as I'm now watching Haza play through it.
The 5th time swearing
Don't
gets
have
great.
to.
Well, Haza,
I'm a
have to watch
moderator.
it.
It is my job to be
Haza
there.
Haza was playing Yakuza 3 though. That doesn't count.
He
Sarah.
just got
I thought he was on
Yakuza
4.
I'm with River. No.
Okay, it's fine. It's understandable.
Like, I'm also surprised no one tried to roll their R's.
I can't roll my R's.
Kiryu-chan! Nah, I
There
can't
we
do it
go.
with that.
I can't do it.
Kiryu-chan!
I used to.
There we go.
I used to a little bit. I need to relearn how to do it.
Okay, simply
It's-
because I can roll my R's. Kiryu-chan!
There you go.
Yeah.
I can roll my R's, but that's not going to change my no.
So,
Sorry.
Yes, it's.
our scene
Yes.
descends.
Go ahead, Tart.
Our scene descends on a small inner city apartment where a young gnome known as Lily, can be seen bundled up in the midst of a pile of sheets in the loving embrace of a large Goliath woman. Lily, you slowly begin to stir as the morning sounds of the city begin to descend upon your eardrums. What do you do? I need to change the thing back. What do you do?
Is Genia awake?
Allow me to check. She is not. She's still asleep.
Lily just looks at her and sighs contently. As of right now, Lily doesn't want to move.
As you kind of let out your sigh and you kind of snuggle in a bit more, Genia kind of takes a deep breath and she begins to stir as well. And she goes, "Hey."
Good morning.
Yeah, I guess it is, isn't it? She kind of leans in and gives you a kiss. Sleep okay?
I think that's the best sleep I've had in a while. Slap.
The best slap!
Slap.
Go to sleep. Put your head on pillow. Get slept.
It did. You got slapped. You think I warmed him up.
She kind of begins to like stretch on the bed. She goes, "What time is it?"
Tart, what time is it?
Make me a intelligence check.
I didn't, 13.
13. You kind of get the impression from the sounds of the city that's maybe about mid-morning, maybe about 9 or 10. I'd say you think it's about 9:30.
It's, 9:30ish, something like that.
I really should have moved my clock in here. I should have moved my clock in here because, you know, I do gotta work, unfortunately. But I didn't want it to get in the way of this.
Everyone needs a break once in a while.
Yeah. Grazia will probably yell at me for being late, but she'll understand.
I can't imagine what I'm gonna be talked to about when I get back.
Oh, I'm sure you're in for a great time. But, and she
Not as
kinda-
great as last night was.
Not wrong there. She kind of begins to... She kind of like sits up on the edge of the bed and kind of looks out the window and goes, "I probably should feed Barry and start getting ready for work, though. I do have a shift."
Above game, Lily did probably ask someone to watch over Frostbite for the night.
I like to... Well, here's the thing. I like to think Frostbite is there. Because I like to think you implemented Frostbite into your outfit as your scarf.
You know what? If you're gonna allow that, then fine.
I will absolutely allow that.
I just assumed whoever was watching Frostbite lost him for like a split second, and then he somehow found his way to Lily.
Yeah, he was like, fuck you,
We
I
can
want
have a little side adventure, Frostbite's adventure.
Again, there's gonna be a pet one-shot, a pet-based one-shot for this game. Absolutely.
and as he's like just going through the street, it's just the ferret I can walk theme in the background.
I'm sorry. Are you serious about a pet themed one shot?
Possibly. Smile.
Oh my god, yes!
I did one in my Curse of Strahd game and it went great. We picked flowers.
We certainly have, your group certainly has enough pets for it. But anyways.
Thank you, guys.
But anyways, Genia kind of sits there for a moment and goes, I had a really good time last night.
I did too.
I'll see you again soon. I'm not kicking you out, I should clarify. I'm sorry, it's been a while.
Lily, giggles at the, like, sudden nervousness. I mean, I'd like to make seeing you a permanent thing.
She kind of smiles. Me too. And you both begin to lean in for a kiss, and then there's it is interrupted by the sound of a cart rushing through the streets, a horse madly neighing and pulling up just in front of the apartment block, with Ravan at the helm. Corvin hanging out the side. Corvin, what do you shout?
Oh, fuck, I didn't see this coming.
There was no warning to this, by the way. I did not inform them on this.
Oh boy.
Okay, no, here's what he's going to be yelling. Get in, bitch, we're going to a psych ward!
Lily, you hear that outside. And Genia kind of goes, I guess your friends are here.
She just takes a very deep, patient breath. And, I guess we'll collect her things, and, you know, start to get around and search for Frostbite.
Frostbite, you find, having somehow managed to worm his way into the birdcage and is snuggling with Barry.
Aw.
That's adorable.
I need art.
Yo, same.
But you gather up your things, and as you're getting ready to leave, Eugenia comes over to you and goes, if you ever want to come back, just come and find me, okay? You now know where I live. I have nowhere to go.
She lingers in the doorway too, not really wanting to go.
She kind of sees that, and she goes, I know. I don't want you to go either, but it sounds like they need you. And she gives you a kiss, and she goes, stay safe, okay?
Make something real nice out of that fabric.
Oh, you
I
bet
can't
your
wait to-
ass. Absolutely.
And Lily will give her another kiss, like lean up and kiss her hand, and then I guess hop on the cart.
Make an acrobatics check with advantage, because this is dope as fuck. Rule of cool.
27.
Hell yeah.
Yo.
You take the kiss, you give her a kiss, and you, like, walking backwards, you hit the railing, and you just kind of, like, do, like, the cool, like, tumble over it, and onto the hood of the cart. Roman, you see her land, and you go, "Hiya!" and you whip the reins of the horses, and they take off down the street. And Lily, as you're kind of sitting there on top of the cart, you can, looking back, see Genia kind of like up against the railing, watching you head down the street, kind of waving as you go.
You're gonna make me cry.
Hey, Tart.
Yes.
For picking up Lily, I assume we would have grabbed all of her stuff, right?
Yes, for the sake of this, everybody has all their equipment. You guys have been fed, you've prepped for the morning, you guys know what your objective is. Well, Lily doesn't know where you're going, but the rest of you do. But everybody's got all their shit.
How long of a ride is it gonna be?
It's gonna be on horseback probably about 2 hours.
So I guess everyone is gonna pry for information.
Yeah, you guys have plenty of time to talk on the trip there.
I can just imagine Corbin just unflinching eye contact the whole time.
He's just gonna be sitting there with a smile on his face. He's not gonna ask for details. You don't kiss and tell.
Her face pretty much gives it away. The dumbass smile hasn't left her face.
You can see Diana has an equally dumb smile on her face, and eventually she breaks and she goes, "How'd it go? Tell us!
Oh,
You can't hold this shit from me!"
Diana, I mean, you figured the Archmage would know a thing or two about not elaborating on such explicit details.
Shut up, I'm gay as fuck, tell me! She says, kind of like making like wibbly arms at you.
I tried. He's like kind of just putting his leg up on his knee.
It's gay and adorable and I want to hear it.
Lily laughs.
You can see she is gushing.
Well, you gave me wonderful recommendations.
Yes! Okay, I was admittedly worried a little bit.
There was something, though, and I want to bring this up before I get to go into the good stuff.
As you say that, her expression darkens.
We were at Kirikai, and, I think he said, someone approached me when Genia was in the bathroom. Said his name was Wes.
Two things. One, it happened again. Why did it happen a third time? Two, and okay, cool. You okay, sir?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
That's not good.
Have we lost
Yep.
Sarah?
Up, she's tapping.
Sarah's been lost to the void. When
When
will
will
my
Sarah
Sarah return
return
from
from
the
the
war?
Oh.
Oh, that's not good.
Hey, CG, what's the server set on, Eastern or Central?
I don't know. Let me take a look. Oop, that is not the right button.
Up, they're gonna try to reboot.
Sarah is rebooting Discord. We will wait here just a moment before we continue.
Okay, gives me a chance to. Okay.
Above game, cool gay exit for River.
They're doing the backwards finger guns the entire time, and then
Yep.
just
Absolutely.
trips on the freaking balcony, flips, and then lands on her feet, still doing finger guns.
Somebody wants to leave. This has been an absolutely great session.
I'm glad
This has
y'all
been
are
great
having
so
fun.
far.
I'm glad y'all are having fun.
Any luck?
Beep boop boop bop.
Boop boop
Uh-oh.
beep.
Oh. Something about
Beep. Boop bop.
something about kill all humans. I don't know. I don't know robots.
That was a weird game.
Yeah, that was.
Eh.
The sequel was kind of weirder, but you know, it was enjoyable at least.
Can you hear us, Sarah?
Can someone try speaking for me?
Hello?
Hi, we can hear you.
Testing, testing. 1, 2.
Wait.
Okay, y'all are still roboting hard.
Beep boop boop bop. Wait, do you have anything running in the background?
Besides Chrome. Oh right, she can't hear us because of that.
Yeah. Alright, folks, just sorting out some details.
Yepper.
I'm just playing the technical difficulties music. In fact, hang on. Do I still have it?
I swear to God.
Oh yeah, you got a chance to see. Can you tell me?
I mean, that's not it, but hey.
I know, but the one technical difficulty song that I know. Of.
Yeah, I'll play this for a little bit for the stream. Hold on. For the meme.
Thank you, Tart.
For the meme. Alright, that's enough of that.
That's about as much as you
Love
as you
this.
should play.
Unfortunately, we may have to continue here. Sarah,
Oh,
can you
hell.
hear us?
I can hear you, but you're still roboting.
Okay.
Beep.
Okay.
Well,
Can you
I
give
think
us-
unfortunately we may have to continue. We'll attempt to accommodate, but I do believe we will continue.
Fair.
So anyways, Lily had brought up that a man named Wes approached her during the date, and Corvin, you were in the middle of saying something. He said 2 things.
Oh yeah, two things. One, I can't believe it happened a third time. 2. Now did he, what all did he say?
He said he was coming to warn me. There was said that there's up to something and we have no business being in it.
Sounds like bait. It just sounds like they're trying to bait us.
I'm not sure, but that's all he said and then he left. And I am probably missing stuff because I can't write things down fast enough.
Above game, he did mention Corvo at one point.
Yeah.
Would Lily know who that is, though?
I think Lily has met Corvo.
Did I?
Actually, you know what? No, I don't believe Lily has met Corvo. But as you are part of the group, go ahead and make me. I'll call it a history check.
Four!
You are unsure as to who Corvo is.
Yeah, he also mentioned something about someone named Corvo, but
What did that entail?
above game. I'm glad all of you listened to the VOD because I can't remember. And that's my bad, but my brain is bad.
The thing he said about Corvo was to keep your nose out of it, or quote, some of y'all may end up like your friend Corvo.
And of course, I will relay that information.
Yeah. Normally I would let that slide as the DM, but as that is a very relevant piece of information, and I know in character you would not forget that, I'm willing to let slide.
Pardon my really bad brain.
You're good. Trust me.
Fine, dude.
It happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I don't
for
expect
Vin,
everyone to recall every little piece of info in this campaign.
especially like a year plus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh goodness.
Oh god. 59
So-
weeks.
So Corvin is going to look like he's thinking about something. Looks for Sarah. Going to do it again. Oh,
He
right.
he was also with a lady.
Lady.
I believe she had red hair.
Oh, no.
He immediately gets like a snarl to his face. Oh, really? No.
But it was a short pixie cut, like mine.
It quickly fades away. Would I know that that would be Alana?
I would say you wouldn't even need to make a roll for that. Knowing the history that Ilana has with Weston, as well as your recent interactions at the orphanage, you could put that together that was her. No roll required.
Okay. So it's kind of a weird range of emotion. First, he's like that usual smug, smiling self, to immediate rage, to like some form of relief. Alive? No, actually.
Yeah, at least she's not, gone.
Yes.
But, this is a lot.
You all said she was missing, didn't you?
Was missing, and now we know she is, at the very least, safe. No. She's at least with Weston.
I hope she's not being held against her will. Or, honestly, I don't know what would be worse.
I could not tell you myself.
As concerned as I am for Ilana, by the sound of it, she was at least a little okay. Bit more concerned about what he said about Corvo, though.
Lily, make me an insight check. thinking back on Ilana from the night before.
21?
She, on the surface, seemed okay. She was actually, like, smiling and laughing. It was like they were on a genuine date.
She didn't look like anything was wrong. She looked like she was having fun, honestly.
At the very least, he takes care of his wife or fiance, whatever the relationship was.
Who's to say he's taking care of her? Maybe he brainwashed her.
At this point, that's just speculation. But Corvo, however, I'm thinking about sending him a message, even though I know that they're going to scramble my fucking noggin again. What objects? Please let me know.
You're not gonna get any objections from me, says Diana.
Okay. Casting sending. And it's gonna say, "Hey Corvo, it's Corvin. Just wanted to see what your current situation is." As he kind of like just closes his eyes and just kind of starts breathing in case of sudden aneurysm.
After a few moments, you get a message back. He goes, "Oh, thank the God, somebody's contacted me. Corvin, hi. Yes, actually, I recently got separated from Marrow. I think I'm still safe, but I'll try to reconnect." That's, I think, about 25 words. I always forget in my messages when I do them in this game to count my words.
It's it's one of those things where like you don't think about it until it's like, wait,
Yeah.
He's gonna open his eyes, look towards the party. Well, he thinks he's safe, but should I warn him that they're aware of him poking about?
A heads up would not be a problem.
Diana speaks up and goes, "I don't think that's even really a question. If he's in danger, he should know, right?"
Casting sending again.
Okay.
This time at 4th level because I want to burn through all my level 3s. Weston warned us that above game. The exact words were, "End up like Corvo."
End up like Corvo.
Weston was warning us about something they were up to. He said exactly, "Or you will end up like Corvo." And sent.
After a few moments, you get a message back and he goes, "Whoa, that's not ominous at all. I will remain on the lookout. I'll try to see if I can step away."
All right. He will relay that message.
Actually, he won't say slip away. He'll say get out.
He will relay the entire message.
That time I did count my my words.
This whole thing is awful.
Yeah.
Getting more and more complicated by the day.
At least Corvo's with, well, I would say he's with Marrow, but I guess you mentioned that they got separated, didn't you?
That you did.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be much we're going to be able to do here.
I hate to say it, but we can't really do too much. Kinda gotta stay the course.
I still think that they're trying to mess with us in some way, shape, or form, knowing that we can send him a heads up from a long distance. What mind games with these people?
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to get much done here. I think before we get too far away, I think I'm going to actually shoot Cedric a message, let him know about what we now know.
That seems like a good idea.
And she kind of closes her eyes. A few moments pass and she opens them back up. Alright, he has been informed. But for now, I guess we just keep going. And just for time's sake, with a bit of a somber note being struck, you guys continue on your journey over to Eldergast Sanatorium. I almost said Hellgas Sanatorium, which would be a very different name for it. But the mood, after a little bit, does begin to lighten a bit. Lily, you regale the very cute and very gay details of your date. The group kind of shares all the information that they know regarding Flint Orion and where your next objective is exactly. And eventually...
And everyone can see the hair clip in my hair.
Yes, you do have this beautiful new hair clip that matches your hair.
Aww, that's adorable.
Eventually, you guys pull up to a very large cliffside building. It looks like it might have been a fort at one point, or at least the start of one. But let me change the music. As you guys arrive at Eldergast Sanatorium. Let's see. You all pull up to the front gates, and you are stopped by the guards, but you are able to get through pretty easily via the quote-unquote paperwork that Diana has brought with you guys, as well as the Vanahir guard symbols you guys have with you, and you are allowed inside. You walk through the main entrance, and it's actually, despite its rougher exterior on the outside, the inside of the building is actually quite nice. It's definitely not what you expected, considering the outside of the building. But you do see that there is a number of individuals kind of moving throughout the halls, and you go up to what you can assume to be the front desk, and there's nobody actually there. You kind of take a moment, and you see that there is a little bell, and you ring it, and nobody answers. And then after a few moments of you kind of turning to each other, kind of debating on what to do, a humanoid woman with some cat-like features. She's got like the cat ears on, and she's got a bit like furrier forearms. She kind of approaches your group and goes, "I'm sorry, can I help you?"
Yes, we are part of the Vanir Guard. We are here to see Flint Orion.
Flint Orion. I don't believe Mr. Orion has had any guests in a while, she says, kind of looking down at her clipboard. And she goes, I assume you have paperwork to establish this? To prove this claim?
Well, he will show the paper that was written by Arthur, as well as show her the badge.
Yeah. Diana kind of hands her like a small stack of papers containing stuff that she's written up, as well as the note that Arthur had. And she kind of is like flipping through it. She goes, well, everything seems in order. I'm glad Mr. Orion is still concerned about his brother. We told him that it was probably best for him not to come here, considering the delicate matter of those brothers. But please come this way. And she begins to lead you off down the halls into some of the other chambers, and she goes, my name is Dr. Lucy Ceza, by the way. I am one of the head doctors here at Eldergas Sanatorium.
Can I get a spelling on that?
Yes.
Please and thank you.
Lucy Ceza.
That's
Ooh,
It's not
fancy.
staring at the lady that is the cat version of her.
She is a shifter.
Nice name. Very nice name.
She
Like
is,
Saint
in a
Philosophy.
word, a cat girl.
Get the fuck out of here.
No. Banned.
She's a
I-
shifter.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Based on her age and profession, she is at least a cat woman. I
True.
have some dignity.
All I think of is My Hero Academia.
You know, I'll take it, but I'm not gonna. Fucking cat girls. I swear.
You're gonna take it, you don't like it, but you'll accept it.
Listen, they have a reputation. I hate it.
As you are going through some of the halls, she kind of turns back to your group without skipping a beat, and she goes, so may I ask as to what this is about? You all seem more of the adventuring type. Is this some business that Mr. Orion wishes to achieve, or is he really this worried about his brother's violent outburst? Because I'll tell you, he hasn't had a violent outburst in a long time.
So let me ask you.
Sarah just deadpans. You're me as a cat.
Yes, Sarah, that's very lovely. So, as you were assessing Mr. Orion, mentally speaking, like how has he been since his admit?
He's very docile. He's very quiet. He definitely likes to keep to himself. We, most of the time, give him a few books, allow him to sort of do his own thing, but that we do sometimes have to step in because to that degree he seems to reject many of the advances that the staff make on him, including when it is time for food or medication. He seems to reject these, so we sometimes do have to step in.
And when he's on his own, do you have like a, like what he does when someone comes in for food or his?
Can you say that one more time, Joe?
Fucking, I thought readjusting my microphone would help. Anyway, he said, so what's he like when he's not, getting food or pills?
Again, he's very quiet, he's very docile. It's honestly the exact opposite of what we were told when he was first administrated. We've only had a small number of outbursts from him, and those were very early on after he was admitted here.
Left alone from... he just wants to be left alone from what it seems.
Indeed, and we certainly have been trying, but makes finding a potential treatment for him very difficult.
I forgot to ask, as if there was like did he seem to react to any kind of imagery or like any kind of specific person that you've seen?
Well, he does seem to get agitated when his brother is mentioned, so I will have to warn you to please not mention his brother when seeing him. And so, very early on, we caught on to this, and, well, we did unfortunately have to inform Mr. Orion that he likely couldn't see his brother, but he has been monthly sending payments to the sanatorium to make sure that his brother has the best of care. He mentioned to us that he was taking over his brother's business.
Something doesn't feel... Yep.
As they're kind of saying that, she kind of walks up to one of the rooms, and she kind of like does that thing, like the gesture of like lower your voice a bit. She goes, "He's right in here. Just let me know when you're ready, and I can let you in to see him."
I have a stupid thing I want to do, but everybody else, I don't know what everyone else's ideas are.
Unfortunately, I don't really have many options. Nothing I can think of, anyways.
Because I was thinking about going in, using the major illusion from the ring, and going in there as Cedric Aragon.
Jeez.
Motherfucker.
Oof.
God, that
Apologies
scared
for
me.
That scared me too. I threw my headset.
I jumped.
Woo!
I legitimately threw my headset.
I am so
It
sorry for
happened right as I brought the stream back up, and I thought something happened with the stream.
Woo! Now that everybody's
Hey.
awake again.
Oh.
Like, fucking... Oh, what the hell that was. Like, we took all the batteries out of the freaking detectors, and yet they're still beeping. Why are they still beeping?
Why are you still beeping, asshole? Gabagool!
Hey, yo, why you
Beep,
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 beep.
beeping here? Yeah.
So, Corbin has the idea of entering the room as Cedric Aragon. My question is, are you saying this out loud to the group in front of
Yeah.
Lucy?
In front of
As well.
Lucy.
Lucy goes, "I don't think that would be a good idea. I don't know if I can necessarily allow that."
Well, he seemed to have a close relationship with the king, from what we heard through our sources, and if his brother triggered a violent response, maybe a different image of someone he recognizes could trigger a positive response.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Natural 20 to the tune of 31.
Oh,
Wow.
ah,
Beautiful.
expertise. You'd love to see it. You say that, and she goes, I guess that makes sense. Just, I don't know, it feels weird having someone here disguising themselves as the king.
I mean, I'm not going to do anything rash. Also, if he comes at me, I have my ways of getting out of there. I'm surprisingly slippery.
She kind of looks over your group and she goes, you all seem like the capable sort, so I'll look the other way, I guess. Just, please, try not to be too rough on him. Or involve yourselves in any extreme measures. Also, due to our policies, I will have to request that only 2 people enter the room at one time.
So who wants to accompany Corvo? Or Corvo. Corvin.
Man,
It's happened
Corvo
again.
would love some company right now.
It happened again. His name gets mentioned in a session. And
It's instantaneous.
Corvo's just probably sitting in an apartment somewhere with a plate of cookies, just going like, I wish I had friends. Considering violent outbursts, I believe someone who is strong enough to hold them down would be a good pick. Corbin.
Ravon, you just nominated yourself.
Well, yes, that is how this works.
I'm sorry, did I say nominated? I meant volunteered.
Well, it's
The same
they
thing.
both work.
Yeah.
So, unless there are any objections, is the plan to let Corvin and Ravon inside?
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Corvin, are you going to go with the idea of the Cedric disguise?
Most definitely, yes.
Okay.
But since it's a 20-foot cube, as Corvin walks in, he is going to Flint is going to see is Cedric Aragon just kind of walk through the door, but I am not leaving that cube as Corvin.
Okay. Would Flint be able to see Ravon?
Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify.
Because the illusion is just to disguise myself.
Okay. Just wanted to clarify. You both enter, and you can see, kind of huddled up on the bed, there is a man. A human man, mid to late 40s, skinny, malnourished, which kind of goes with what she said about him really not wanting to eat or anything. He's got a long, scraggly, dirty blonde hair and beard. But his features are quite similar to that of his younger brothers. And he kind of looks at you, almost speechless, as you walk into Cedric.
Doing his... This is where I'm going to be fucking... probably messing this up, trying to do his best impression of Cedric. Ah, yes, old friend, how are you today?
You watch as he almost instantaneously is on his feet, kinda look at you. Still isn't really saying anything, but you can see he's mouthing words. He's not saying anything.
Why, what? Are you... You look awful. Are you eating? Here. How's about you? Like, is there like I'm guessing there's like a plate of food or something like that, like next to his bed or something.
There would be, yes. You can see that
Yeah,
there
well,
is like a full like meal prepared for him, but he seems to have only like nibbled bits of it.
Hey, Mr. Sionis, could you go ahead and grab me that chair over there? I'd just like to have a little sit down.
Of course, sir.
As you're kind of walking past Rovan, you feel the very skinny hand of Flint Orion kind of brush your shoulder as he seems almost confused. And then he starts coughing. You kind of go over and you grab the chair and you set it down.
After having so many meetings with Cedric, Corbin's gonna definitely try and like mimic how he sits, and just kind of look at him. So, Drew trusted the Star Shard to you. I know where it is.
You can see him kind of twitch after you mentioned the Star Shard. He kind of starts looking down at his feet. Ortega. And he just keeps saying that over and over again, letting out some like inaudible set of words, but he's very clearly, if you're watching his lips, he's very clearly trying to say something. I will let you roll me either in an insight check or an investigation check. I'll say Rovan can help you as well.
Investigation would be better.
Definitely helping him on that one.
I'm going to say, now, before you roll, the help is to prevent disadvantage.
Yep.
What's your insight there, Rovan?
Me insight B. Yeah, or me insight B. +4.
So we're about the same on insight versus and my investigation.
Yeah, my investigation's a -1, my guy.
Okay. I would like to roll investigation then, just so straight up then.
Straight roll.
Okay. 17.
You kind of lean in a bit closer, and eventually his eyes kind of meet yours. And you start, like, really trying to track the movement of his lips. And eventually it begins to click, and he is repeating the same word over and over again. Montego.
Montego?
Yes. Montego. And then after you kind of clue into this, he all of a sudden grabs you by the shoulders and he goes, clearly, help me. The voices.
I'm just double checking something. So, as he grabs me, the illusion fades because part of major illusion, physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because only things can pass through it.
Okay.
Well, you can override me on this, but it doesn't dispel the illusion. It's just like, if you put something of a different shape, you can just pass right through it. So if he just touched your shoulders.
Let me look at major image.
Okay. Give me one moment.
I have it pulled up. That works too. The image appears as a spot that you can see within range and
First
for the
bottom.
duration. It seems completely real, including smells, sound, smells, and temperature appropriate to the thing depicted. As long as you're within range of the illusion, blah blah blah. If you create an illusion, let's see. A creature that uses its action to examine the image can determine that it is an illusion with a successful intelligence. If it's your spell save DC, yeah, that ain't happening. Physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things pass through it. I'm going to say in this circumstance, he puts his hands on you, and it doesn't get rid of the illusion, but I am going to give him a chance to roll. This is going to go poorly for him. Yeah, that's about how I thought. Actually, not a bad roll, but it's not going to be enough to see through the illusion.
Okay. I had to mention that for fairness.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But he puts his hands on your shoulder and he clearly says, "Help me. The voices.
Voices.
The voices." Kind of lets go of you. He starts scratching his head almost violently.
Easy there, friends. Easy. The voices. What do you mean by the voices?
I can hear them.
You hear voices in
scaring
your
me.
head. Are they what are they saying?
Just begins to breathe a bit heavier and he kind of looks back up at you. He doesn't say anything, he just begins breathing heavier and heavier. Make me an insight check.
While this is going on, Ravon's kind of readying himself just in case he needs to interpose between the two.
Okay.
17. Thank you, Roll20. Consistency, that is all I ask.
Corvin, with a insight of 17, he seems scared. You aren't sure of what, but he seems frightened, genuinely frightened. Not enough to freak out or fly into a fit, but enough that he seems almost frozen.
I'll tell you what. Tell you what there. I brought the Archmage from the Ecodea with me. I'd like to see if she could try and help you.
Help? Help?
Yes, help you.
Help! Help
Right.
me!
Yes.
He seems to almost ease up a bit, and he kind of just nods slowly.
Right. Mr. Sionis, if you may, could you please try and ease Flint here, and I will go fetch Diana.
Of course, sir.
He will turn around and kind of make a nodding motion. A nodding motion to Diana, asking her to come in.
Now, I will say, they did tell you only 2 people are allowed in the room at one time.
He's gonna leave.
Okay. As you leave the room, Rovan, you watch as Flint kind of looks at you and becomes kind of looks between you and the door frantically and becomes visibly nervous. And he kind of inches himself away from you and begins trying to scratch at his arms, but you can see his nails seem to have been like they've been purposefully cut down to where he can't hurt himself. As he looks like he's attempting to scratch at his arms. But eventually, Corvin, you come out, and do you say anything to Diana as she goes in? Or before she goes in?
I will kind of make a mention. Yes, Miss LeBlanc, thank you. He is ready for you right now. Unfortunately, according to the rules, I'm not allowed, and I would much rather have Mr. Sionis assist you in this endeavor.
Diana, kind of catching on to this, goes, sure. Yes. Alright. And as she kind of begins to walk past you, she whispers to you, what are we looking at?
He says his voices, and they're scaring him.
Okay. She kind of nods, and she goes inside the room. She closes the door behind her, and she goes, hi, Flint. Do you know me? Flint kind of doesn't say anything. He just kind of shakes his head. And she crouches down next to him, and she goes, my name is Diana. I think I might be able to help you, if you'll let me. And Flint goes, help me? Yes, help you. After a moment, he kind of pauses, and he seems to think, and he nods his head. Diana takes the seat where Corvin was originally. And Diana's going to make a medicine check.
Tart, when there's a second, I have a question for Lucy.
Of course. I'll let you go ahead and ask that now while I'm doing addition.
Okay. Dr. Zessa, well, I guess I should ask first, above game, can we see into the, I don't want to say cell.
Into the room? I'm going to say no.
Okay.
There is like a window slot, but it seems to be closed for either privacy or for the patient's well-being.
Okay. I guess it doesn't really affect my question, but it's good to know anyways.
Yeah.
Dr. Zessa, has anyone tried greater restoration or something of the like with Mr. Orion?
Unfortunately, greater restoration is not really a manner of curing natural madness. We've done it on a few patients, but it's expensive, and while we do have a good number of funding, we don't have many individuals capable here of that level of magic. Archibald Elderguest has that ability, but he's very busy and unfortunately doesn't really have that much magic to spare on every patient that comes through our doors. It's unfortunate, but we try to take the best of care of those who come in. As for high-level magic, we do it if we think it's necessary.
From what you've observed, Mr. Orion, do you think there's any sort of spell that could help that you know of?
Well, I haven't worked with Mr. Orion all that much in my time here, actually. His condition seems normal. I would have to look at his file.
Alright, thank you.
And as you kind of finish up your line of questioning, you can see she begins to start thinking for a few moments. But she doesn't say anything. Diana, on the inside, goes... She kind of starts checking over Flint. And she goes... She kind of whispers, something is odd about this. She says this loud enough for you to hear, Rovan. Rovan?
Yes.
Did you hear me?
My apologies, Tart. You actually cut out halfway.
Oh, I'm sorry. She whispers loud enough for you to hear. She goes, something is odd about this.
What are we talking about?
I am not sure yet. I'm going to try something.
Before you do, Ruban kind of raises a hand where, would you permit me to do something?
Sure.
He closes his eyes and he's going to activate Divine Sense.
Okay. Upon activating Divine Sense, you detect nothing.
Thing that seems like the ground would be desecrated. No dark presence is nearby. By all means, go for it.
And you watch as she takes a moment and she casts Detect Magic. She goes, huh, that's weird.
What's wrong?
Well, I don't know, there's... Hold on. And you watch as she casts it again. This time she's gonna cast it at a higher level, an unknown level. And after casting it, she goes, that's what I was looking for.
Is it?
It appears our Mr. Orion is under the influence of several forms of magic.
Can you give me a rundown?
Well, I thought it was the way Arthur described his condition to us. I thought maybe things were normal, you know? And so, but looking at him, he seems to have, I don't know, he seems to be quite knowledgeable under the surface. So, I figured maybe he is under the oppression of magic. But when I cast Detect Magic the first time, I didn't get anything. I thought that was weird. And I thought I'd rather be safe and try again. Yvonne, I cast Detect Magic at 4th level. There are 2 forms of magic this man is under. He is under some sort of, as far as I can tell, dampening spell. One that prevents lower level spells from detecting the bigger thing underneath. Von, he is under massive levels of enchantment magic.
Cover up spell. Almost like an illusionary magic, correct?
That's what my guess. And then she kind of thinks for a moment. She goes, hold on. And she pulls out the scroll of Greater Restoration that she mentioned to your group earlier. I know I saved this for the poison that Amnon has for us, but I'm wondering if I should use it.
If I may, Diana. I have no objections to utilizing the scroll, seeing if it could cure the madness. I would offer a secondary measure if the first does not work out.
What do you have in mind?
I am not good when it comes to utilizing magic of the more clerical kind. But a long while ago, during a encounter with one of the assembly, I poured enough of my own power and magic into a single strike. Would it be possible?
Can you repeat that, J. Frost? I believe you cut out. J. Frost?
Sorry about that. My
Oh,
headset
you're good.
apparently acted nuts. Yeah.
You said you poured enough magic into a single strike, and that was
Yeah.
where you cut out.
Referencing, he's basically referencing the one time fighting Amnon and the monster group way back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wanting to know if I could channel, if not really channel divinity so much, but if I could pour like magic into like Diana's own form of magic, kind of acting as almost like a extra battery pack, so to speak.
Diana looks at you and goes, "Might be worth a shot." And I will allow you, Rovan, to, as she is casting this spell, I will allow you to make an Arcana check. To try to see if you can lend her some of your magic.
Oh boy, Arcana, I'm not great in that. Screw it. Eight.
Okay. Burn one use of your Divine Smite.
Alright.
But unfortunately, Diana is not going to receive any of it. Diana takes out the scroll and goes, "I really hope this works." And she casts Greater Restoration on Flint Orion. And after a few moments, Flint kind of blinks and kind of holds his head to his hands. He goes, "Oh, gods." He looks at his hand and he goes, "Holy shit, that worked. Madam, I must give you my deepest thanks. So seems you have cured my ailment," he said. And Rovan, you catch a sort of twinge in his face as he says that.
Can I insight that?
Sure, absolutely.
Wow, not my day today. Seven.
Not your day today. Hard to read. And Diana turns to you and goes, "Rovan, get the doctor."
Of course. He will hurriedly walk out of the room, looking for the doctor.
She is right outside.
Yep. Excuse me, doctor.
Yes.
I know you said there is a rule of two, but we do require you. I believe we may have a breakthrough.
What do you... I'm sorry?
Go.
And she kind of steps forward and peers into the doorway. And Flint is looking at her and goes, "Madam, I believe my condition has improved. And that is where we're going to end tonight.
Yeah.
Hey,
Huzzah!
She's not the fucking archpriest for a reason.
Above game, I did give her that scroll for the poison. And she would not have used it on him unless you guys got Diana directly involved. So I'm glad you did. I'm glad you caught on to things.
Listen, medical situation, I went to a doctor.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
But honestly, though, Diana, I'm terrified of her.
Why
She's
you
probably
terrified?
lethal.
clerics are
I think she's-
terrifying.
Clerics are scary.
You
They
should.
can be, yes.
She is the party's life cleric. You should
Yep.
fear her.
Yeah.
This is why we never get on her bad side.
You never get on the life cleric's bad side.
Don't
If
piss off
you
the
know
cleric.
never-
what's
Don't piss off the
good
cleric.
for
Don't
you.
piss off the cleric. Don't piss off the
You
cleric.
don't piss off the white mage.
You don't piss off the white mage. But thank you all so much for joining us tonight. Let's start doing our outros. Let's start with J Frost,
Oh shit. Okay. Hi.
our lovely little doctor's assistant.
Hi. I am unregistered nurse Jay Frost.
Nurses are valid.
Nurses are
Damn
valid.
right they are. Seriously, healthcare workers, every one of you, amazing. Seriously. But
you're amazing.
yeah, you're amazing, Tark. But anyways, hi. You can find me at twitch.tv and over on Twitter at jfrost747, where probably this week I'll be doing some hodgepodge gaming during a couple of my days off. Friday, definitely gonna be doing some Phasmo. Definitely gonna be doing some Phasmo with the squad.
Squad.
Probably do some Tab G as well, because why not?
Awesome.
Gotta get that SWOW squad.
Wow.
But yeah, other than that, nothing much. So let's pass it off to River Catch.
Hi, you can find me over at twitch.tv/wickedriver97, where tomorrow I am supposed to have my Curse of Strahd game. I'm hoping it's still going to happen, but our whole party has been having kind of a rough week, so we're not sure yet.
In game or above game?
Above game, all of us are kind of having a rough time right now.
Uh-oh.
So we may postpone this week's session.
Oh.
But if that happens, I will still be streaming something. Just not sure what. Oh, but I'm gonna dossier it over to Sarah.
Oh boy. They can find me at twitch.tv/wolfstalker16, where I've been playing The Long Dark, and for my Freaky Fridays, almost got the alliteration mixed up,
Good movie.
in Isolation. That is the progress in that is very slow. That's
Hey, you have Phasmophobia to play now too.
I do.
Like-
Go ahead, Joe.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I'm also still promoting my best friend Taylor. She is my best friend of 5 years and currently working to raise money to pay for her service dog training. She is getting her 8-month-old Australian Shepherd Rottweiler mix Coco trained as a service dog because Taylor lives with debilitating PTSD, and having a service dog will give this girl her life back. We are currently at $140 out of the remaining $4,390 that needs to be raised. So if you are able to help out, please do so, but do not put yourself in a bad situation in doing so. Any help is appreciated. And Joe had something to say, so Joe, catch.
I was gonna say Alien Isolation is very slow, but it's still a very good game. Hi, I'm Joe Mojo. You can find me at Twitter at the Joe Mojo, and I said there was going to be an announcement tonight. It was made Thursday on the M&W Discord. It was mentioned Saturday on M&W Warzone.
Indeed,
But
it were, brother.
this coming Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, please, this coming Thursday at 8 Eastern Standard Time, the return of M&W presents Firing Line, your recap show of the events of Friday Night Flashbang and M&W Warzone is coming back with a new host. Who is it? I bet you $5. It's easy. It's me. I'm the host now. I am the captain
It's
now.
Jay Frost. Damn it.
Wait, hold on. You're hosting Firing Line?
Yes, I am host. Yes, Joe Mojo, backstage interviewer, got promoted to a Firing Line host.
Joshua
position.
Mo Joshua.
Wow. I don't even know where the fuck. I don't even know where the fuck to go from there. Anyway, so yes, I'm going to be hosting Firing Line. That's probably going to be the main thing on my channel that's going to be shown. I'll probably have some random streams here and there because Saturdays and Sundays have now officially become editing days.
Woo! Editing.
Cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, I might be doing a stream tomorrow. Probably not because I need to rest, and I might do a stream Friday, especially if I think I got invited for Phasma.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Steam
Okay,
Geek.
I had to double check. Anyway, so maybe a Phasma stream where I'm just gonna shit talk a bunch of ghosts because fuck it, why not? They're dead. What are they gonna do? Kill me?
Hey.
Let's see here. Who's CG? I'm not sure how this keeps happening, but catch.
Oh, man, I went deep for that one. Hello, I am the CG. You can find me nowhere because I don't much care for the social media, but you can find me here every Monday for War of the Shattered Sun, as you are just part of. You can find me here every other Tuesday for The Curse of Strahd. We are on this week. And every Thursday with Jack the Questionable over on his campaign, Legends of Ambria. We are not doing a Legends of Ambria this week. Instead, Jack is doing a charity D&D one-shot with all of his players, or, anyone who could, from the two different groups, anyone who could make it. So go check them out on Thursday if you want to. However, regarding Curse of Strahd, we actually have a little bit of an announcement of our own.
Yes.
Yes. So our wonderful, not DM on Tuesday, but DM today, Farting Tart is going to be absent tomorrow, which
Yes.
is fine. I almost said fantastic. It's not terribly fantastic, but
Aww.
My schedule and my life are both in shambles. Shambles, I say.
But since Tart is not out, obviously that leaves the question of who's going to run the stream. And fortunately, our wonderful J Frost is instead going to step up to the plate. So tomorrow, and any session in which Tart is unable to be here to stream, you can find our Curse of Strahd games over on J Frost's channel at the same time. Now,
Oh man, it's too much pressure.
worth noting that the uploads for Curse of Strahd should still be on Tart's YouTube channel, but for the actual stream, it will be over on J Frost's. And that's it for me. How about you, Tart? You got anything to do with this small ball I'm about to pass you?
That was the sound of me devouring the ball. Hello, my name is the Pudding Pastry. My life's in shambles. My schedule is a mess. So over the past couple weeks, my IRL game, and I think I've mentioned this on stream. I fucking hope I have. My IRL group has been trying, oh so desperately trying, to finish up our 3.5-year D&D game before our DM moves across the country in a week from for Saturday, next Saturday. So, things are kind of a mess right now. As we are violently, panickedly trying to wrap up this campaign. And so, everything that I had, like, fucking written down has just kind of gone out the window. Because I've had to take up so much extra time for these last few sessions. So that is the main reason why I'm not going to be available tomorrow, as I am... you guys are going to be... doing fun things in Barovia. I, on the other hand, am going to be fighting 2 demon lords at the same time.
I'm sorry.
Combate.
Fun? I'm sorry. You said you put fun and Barovia in the exact same place.
Compared to what I'm doing, yeah, fun.
You'll do fine.
Did I mention that they were powered up? They received a CR boost, you see, because of MacGuffins.
Hey,
Fucking up, brother.
hey, Tart.
Yes,
What level are you?
we are level 19.
Then it's fun.
So, tomorrow's gonna be a good time. I may die. We may TPK. Who fucking knows? Regardless, who knows? Honestly, I'm not fucking worried about TPKing at this point, because I know, like, with how far we've come and how little game we have left, our DM is not going to do that to us. Or he may do that and then be like, "See ya, fuckers," and then go across the country. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so on top of that, this week is kind of up in the air for streams. There's not gonna be stream tomorrow because I need to, before I was originally going to do this. I have a bunch of shit I need to do tomorrow. A bunch of errands and shit I need to do tomorrow. So I'm not gonna stream before I go out to D&D tomorrow night. I'm not going to stream before Curse of Strahd tomorrow night. Again, Curse of Strahd is going to be on J Frost's channel tomorrow. And I learned today that Friday I am actually able to get my Moderna booster shot. So I'm going to do that. So Friday and Saturday, fucking may just... I may just die. Actually perish. So the plan is to do Phasmophobia with the squad on Friday night. But it also depends on whether or not I actually perish. So things are kind of up in the air right now. But this week, the streams I do are going to be Psychonauts 2. That's the plan. I'm going to get to it. I just received a message from an individual I didn't expect to get one from. But that's not relevant. I'm losing my mind. We're going to go raid Jake. I'm going to send you all over to Jake.
Jacobine.
As it is Trials of Eidos night.
And
Dog hair on my mouth.
And if I remember correctly, Jake teased a certain meeting of a certain problem.
Smile. But go show them some love. We will be back next week for another fun-filled adventure in the land of not Zandaria, in the land of, well, I guess the frickin', shut up me, in the land of Vandermeer. In the land of Eidos. I'm taking over Eidos. I'm tired. I'm sorry. Everyone go show Jake love. We'll be back next week. Thank you all for joining us. And remember, as always, Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, Asian Lives Matter, and most importantly, you matter. I love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Love you.